Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wayfarers Season 2, Episode 2. That's the 2-2 time. My name is Timothy Stubble Bubble, and this is the hottest up-and-coming D&D campaign that survived through Season 1 in the evil bone dragon monster guy. And now, the team woke their asses up under very questionable circumstances in a world that was very different from the one they were in before. Things are dark and dismal, and they've met a new goblin friend and set out on a mission to deal with bandits. We continue with Wayfarers. Shit.
And it is good to be back indeed. Fantastic to see you all. Ash, Pig, Neuro, I hope you all had a wonderful little mini break. We're doing 3 weeks this time instead of 2. Ash came up to Neuro and I's neck of the woods, and we enjoyed some lovely chow together, which was a super fun time. Unfortunately, Pig tried to get on the plane, but they stopped him. Something about his wand, or I don't really know. Something was going wrong with that.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if it was before, so I think 20, 30 years ago, it'd be fine. These days, they say no, that could be used as a weapon, and I'm like, mate, that's what they tell me. And then, they said, well, now that you've admitted it, you definitely can't get on the plane. We need to strip search you. It was honestly, the whole ordeal was very undignified.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that undue stress. And hopefully next time we all meet up, we can be a part of it. But yes, you guys are now in a world changed, and for the worse, I should say. The air around you is pretty toxic, and it's almost like you're in a Terran's Twitch channel, to be honest with you. Just toxicity everywhere.
Whoa. The deep cuts.
All around you.
This world is so hard. Oh, this lich is so overpowered. It's so much easier to play as an undead lich who controls the whole world, honestly, than it is to be a poor wayfarer. Oh.
But we're now level 6.
Yes. That is one thing that we were going to do for this the start of this session, is you each have done and finished your level 6 level ups. Quite a spike in power. When we ended Arc 1, you guys were level 4, but passing through this mystical time-traveling portal has advanced your abilities and powers beyond your normal capabilities. So you're now level 6. What does that mean for each of you? Neuro, what does level 6 give Call? What did you get from that?
I'm scrolling to the area where I pasted my amazing abilities. So, you remember how I can have the form of the bite, or the form of the claw, or the form of the tail, right?
Yes. Yep.
That's the path of the demon, as we're calling it. And for this one, I get another specialization where I can choose it, but it's not per fight, it's per day. So I need to wake up in the morning, and these are what I can choose. I can choose a path feature, per long rest. Bestial Soul is what it's called. There's demon power within me increasing, and my weapons count as magical. That's a nice little benefit across the board. I have magical attack now. And then after a rest, I can either swim super fast and breathe underwater with the soul of demon penguins, or I can climb very swiftly with the soul of demon mountain goats.
Okay.
I can climb on difficult surfaces as well, so even if it's slippery, that's fine. And then I can also jump with the jumping abilities of a pigeon demon bird. So even though I can't fly, I could still, for that day, jump extremely high.
Okay. Very nice.
Yes. Also, if I do the mountain goat demon form, I can walk on ceilings like a spider goat.
Oh, you can?
Yes.
Wow, that's really good.
I'm going to paste it again just so you know I'm not bullshitting you. It's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Also,
I mean, it sounds legitimate, so.
Also, I get extra attack and fast movement at level 5.
Dang. So, quite a powerful level up for you.
Yes.
Right on. Anything else you got in that level up? Or
health. I get health. So
how much health did you get?
I roll a d12 plus my constitution modifier, which is 4. So I'm going to roll it. I wanted to do it live, just for the excitement.
Okay.
So, chat, I need your blessings here. We could roll very high or very low. Nigel, he rolls for a d6 for health, but bird variants, they roll a d12. But we could still get less than 6. Shit. That's a 5.
That is less than 6, but it's not a terrible roll.
Plus the
5.
4, that's 9. So
That's
we get
9.
9 for one level. And now for the level
Okay.
6 roll.
Okay.
That's a 2. We rolled for shit. 2,
Okay.
2 plus a 4 is 6. So we gain 15 hit points.
I mean, that's honestly, you know what? It could be worse. That's what I always say. So, 15. It is what it is. How much health does that bring you up to now?
So 15 health, that would be 71 HP.
That's pretty good. You're pretty thick, my friend.
Yes. If we were chaotic evil, then I could bullshit my rolls and tell you that I rolled a 12 both times.
But you're not. You are honorable Neuro.
That would change my alignment.
That would. If I ever found out about it, it certainly would. And I respect you, sir, for owning up to your 2. Very noble of you. So you can have 2 HP plus my respect. I don't know if that's worth it, but there you go. That's what you got.
Okay, so I go into this. I don't know how to change my max HP.
Yeah, you can just go in there and change max HP. Ash, how about you? What did you get for your level 5, then level 6 level ups? What did you get?
Okay, so at level 5, I've got my uncanny dodge.
Okay. What does that let you do?
When an attacker that I can see hits me with an attack, I can use my reaction to halve the damage against myself.
Busted.
Fucking
Absolutely busted. Okay, sounds good.
Reflexes.
Does it specify if it's only melee attacks, or is that ranged as well, or
It
anything
says
like that?
including emotional attacks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does it really?
It doesn't
No.
specify at all.
That would
for
be
any attack.
amazing.
No. So I'm assuming
That's
that means
so
all
ridiculous.
Personal
Okay.
attacks? Ad
Yeah,
hominem
personal
attacks?
Attacks to my reputation
Ooh.
take
Crazy.
50% less damage. I lose
So you can
50% less followers on the social media that I do not use.
Does that mean you'll be less vindictive towards those personal attacks and in response to them? Or
God, no. No. The vindictiveness stays. Actually, it's probably going to increase by that same amount.
you'll be less affected, but you will remain a scorched earth policy in that regard anyway.
Always. Because I'm fair. Scorched earth at all times. Treat everything the same.
I admire
All
your
about
consistency.
equality. Exactly.
Fair
I
enough.
am nothing if not consistent.
Okay. So you have
And-
uncanny dodge, which is that's a massive rogue ability.
Fucking sick.
Yes.
And then at the 6th level, I got 2. I can choose 2 or more skill proficiencies.
Uh-huh.
And so with the proficiency, the bonus is doubled for any ability check I make that uses either of these proficiencies. So I did stealth, because I like to be sneaky, and I did persuasion, because no one ever fucking believes me.
Big true.
Because I
So
have
these
very
are-
little charisma.
So you should actually have 4, I believe, because you've gotten expertise twice now. So you get
Right,
expertise
so-
at level 1, and then
Yes,
you
so
get
I
it
have-
now again at level 6. So there's
Yeah.
4 double proficiency abilities.
Exactly. Thieves' tools, acrobatics, stealth, and persuasion.
God damn. That's crazy.
And at some point in this level up, it gave me the opportunity to pick something else, like, I don't want to say silly, but like, I also got to pick like proficiency in brewer's tools. So now I'm really good at brewing things.
So you can make us
Drink.
beer?
Okay.
I can.
Wow.
If you have the correct tools to do so, and then materials. Yes. All right, fair enough. So what are your bonuses then for like stealth? What is your plus to that, out of curiosity?
I don't think it doesn't actually give me a plus, does it?
No, it does. So like if you were to go, okay, give me a stealth check, what are you adding to that roll?
Oh,
Like-
okay.
Yeah, because if it
Yep.
doubled your proficiency with it, it should be pretty high.
Okay, then my proficiency. Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. It is, because I was wondering why. I was like, holy shit. My stealth is +9. My persuasion is +8. My acrobatics are +9.
God damn. Okay.
I am ready to
That's,
sneakily jump to so many conclusions and bring people with me.
fair enough. That's pretty busted. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, that was a pretty darn good level up for you. Don't forget about that uncanny dodge. That's pretty abusable. So I would just keep that in mind. And then I think you also get another sneak attack dice.
Oh,
Yeah,
do
you
I?
went up to you're up to 3d6 now. So there you go.
Can I just say that is so hot? That is really hot.
It is.
God
It's
damn, I
amazing.
love my fucking class.
Rogues are so good in D&D. You get literally something new every single level. It's crazy. Anyways, so fantastic. Our rogue, it will be able to one-shot almost anything in the game so long as they can sneak up on it. That's great.
Yeah,
Pig,
she's
what
like
did
she's a bit like a rattlesnake or something where like you stumble upon it, and by the time you've realized and started responding, it's just like 50
You're already-
times,
you-
like
you're
an adder
dead.
or something.
Yeah.
It's just like and you're like, oh, that's a lot of poison. I'm dead.
I'm dead. I guess it's over. GG.
That's very triggering. I actually found a rattlesnake outside of my door to the room that I stream in
Oh,
a couple weeks
jeez.
ago.
Oh Lord.
Do you stream from a shed outside or?
Well, I mean, I don't know how I get such excellent service when I'm really trying to live off the grid, but
People always talk about Australia being scary, but like, you have to literally go through tall grass and like bushes and go rustling around in the middle of summer in like a swamp to actually step on a snake. America's way scarier. You guys have all the things that kill you.
it was on a deck. It had to like climb up a fucking hillside. Just throw a line over the top, I'm assuming with a grappling hook, and then worm its way up to get onto my deck. Or somebody's an asshole and threw a fucking rattlesnake on my deck.
See, that's how badly it wants to kill you. You see, in Australia, they stay out of our way. Unless you step on them, like, you're fine.
Yeah. No, just hanging out outside my door. Thank goodness my dog just ignored it.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
your
lord.
class is actually so busted, Ash. I'm just remembering, like, if you
Okay,
so if
now
you
who
attack
sounds like a Terran?
if you attack someone that hasn't taken a turn in combat and you get sneak attack against them, you automatically do a critical hit. So you're literally gonna roll like 10d6 against this person. That is crazy. Okay,
We're
fantastic.
rearranging the sandwich, everybody. I'm always going first.
Yeah.
DM is subtly adjusting his stat sheets
I'm
for
gonna
his,
have
his
to have,
creatures
like-
for today.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw way more things at you guys now. Oh my, because literally, like the first turn of combat, 5 things are just gonna be dead immediately, and then they'll be able to get a turn. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Pig, what did you get for your leveled ups to level 6? Because everyone knows wizards, once they start getting higher levels, they just get super weak and boring and like, nothing happens with them, right?
Let's just see about the definition in here. That's right. I've been lifting day and night. Remember when I started Nigel as a 12 hit point young lad with no definition? Well, look now at this here bulging muscles.
Nice.
I've been working out. I've been through dungeons. I've been fighting my way. And that's right, I'm buff now. I have tripled my hit point pool
What?
on the path from level 1 to level 6. I rolled some dice just before we went live. I got, for 2 level ups, it was a d6 plus constitution. I rolled a 6 plus 2, 8. And then I rolled a 2 plus 2, 4. So I went from 24 to 36 hit points in one big wild jump. So some say, they belittle me. They say, when it comes to actual push to shove, if I don't have spell slots, I'm basically useless in a fight. I say, no, I can absorb a fraction more than 50% of Carl's damage that he can take. So I am actually more than half of Carl in terms of toughness.
Before
I'll
armor
take that,
class.
critics.
Before AC. Well, you're easier to hit. That's all AC does. It just makes you easier to hit.
And that's how I'm getting. You get stronger if you take more hits anyway. So
Listen, Pig. I just want you to know, with your 2 level ups rolling 2d4, and with Call's 2 level ups rolling 2d12, you only got 2 less HP than he did.
Wait, was it meant to be D4? I thought it was D6. I might need to
D6.
reroll.
I know. It's probably D6.
It was D6.
I was trying to hype.
heard it.
I was trying to hype.
Whatever
you
your
up
hit dice is.
It did say D6. I swear I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat, guys.
You didn't cheat. My point
can
is,
double
you gained
check
a lot
if
of
you want
HP
the,
for a wizard. That's amazing. Good job.
I remember the maximum roll on like level 3 or 4 as well, which put me up like a lot. So good stuff. I've also, of course, I am part of the illusion school of magic is my specialty. It is my my whatever the word is. It's my favorite. So I now have malleable illusions. I can shift an illusion into something else fluidly. So yeah. I already have improved illusions as well from earlier, so I can kind of do sounds and visuals at the same time. And I can morph it from one thing to another. So basically, I have a lot more freedom with my illusions, which I've already been absolutely spamming. So I can't wait to create more fireworks, random distractions, squealing pigs, and other little things running around. So it's going to be awesome.
Fantastic.
No other attributes, just spells, of course. 3 third level spells. Finally get access to the third level spells, and I went really, really original with Fireball. Because shooting balls of fire, nobody's ever done that before as a wizard. It's very, you shoot the fire, it's actually super long range as well. I didn't even realize Fireball's like 120 feet, 20-foot radius, ridiculous amount of damage, like 8d6 or something crazy. So that's the kind of normie spell, but I've also gone and got Haste, which is a concentration spell, so I can only have 1 concentration spell at a time, and I believe it lasts 1 minute, which I can't remember if that's 10 combat. I think 10 combat rounds.
It's about 5 seconds per combat round, so it's quite a long.
Okay, so 12 rounds.
Yeah.
So I can put that on Carl or Mendax, and they're basically going to get an extra bonus action as well as like double move speed, I think it is, if memory serves. I'll look up the exact specifics.
Haste.
Yeah, they get double speed, more AC, and then what are the rest?
Yeah, they get an extra bonus attack as well. So they can use to attack, 1 weapon attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. So yeah, as well as the +2 bonus AC. Now the only downside is when it wears off, they have a wave of lethargy where they miss a turn. But that's at the end of 12 turns with bonus actions. So I may get someone in trouble at some point if things time out poorly. We're in a real gruel fest, but hopefully we've killed everything by the time we get there.
Very nice. And what is your third spell that you picked?
Animate Dead. So if I find any corpses, I am going to create a friend and see what we do. So
You're necromancing now. Is that
Animate Dead?
We're in a dark and desperate world, and so I have devoted my efforts now to saying we don't need ethics anymore or anything like that. The world is filled with dead, and we will use the dead to fight the dead.
If you resurrect like a hot elf babe,
This spell is so long.
I
have to read so much.
You take them on dates. Would that be necromancing?
Oh no.
Still?
Oh my. Let's just say the interactions with these animated dead may be a little bit more like my conversations with Goop than with the hot elf ghost babe, who's a little more communicative. So I'm not sure we'll get too many intelligent responses, but we'll see. We'll see how we go.
You get to do this for a day.
You get it for a day. Yes, it's a day. So I can obviously they're just going to be a skeleton or a zombie, so they're very basic kind of creatures, but I can bring them with us for a day whenever I do one. Yeah.
Unless they're freshly dead. I mean, that's basically still a human. Like, that's still a person if you get them within a couple hours before, rigor mortis sets in.
Oh, that's true.
Louise. All right.
That's true. Yeah, so obviously it takes a minute. I can't do it in the middle of a combat. It'll have to be after a combat, early on in a dungeon or something like that.
But I mean, like, if we sneak in, kill someone, drag the corpse out, then you could just boom, and they would have all the same fluidity because they hadn't been dead long enough for anything to pool.
Well, that's it. Well, I could actually have up to 4 different skeletons at once. I mean, I've only got 3 slots right now, so 3 technically.
Right.
And I'm actually already learning some yoga and some Pilates, so that immediately once I raise them, we can just kind of limber out and make sure they maintain the flexibility. And as you said, the rigor mortis doesn't set in. So we're developing a whole game plan. We'll do some drills together, learn a little phalanx formation to cover your back. It's going to be good.
This.
What the hell, man? Okay, sounds good. So I will warn you. Fireball has another name for it, Pig, which is the party killer, because Fireball does not discriminate between people. You can hurt yourself and everybody else around you. So just be warned about that.
It's like a siege tank.
Yeah. If you are the School of Evocation, you can choose for specific people not to be hurt by it, but you are not. You're illusion. So you 20-foot radius, everybody in there getting damaged. So just
well, that's fine.
It's
if they
150-foot range though, which is massive.
Is it half damage on save dex? Oh yeah, okay, no. I was gonna say, I mean, Mendax is really dexterous. She can dodge. I'm like, oh no, she'll still get burnt really bad. Okay.
Yep. So wherever you cast that son of a gun, it is they're taking damage. Whoever is in there, potentially up to 8d6, which that's a big number.
Yeah, 150 feet range though, so hopefully I can do it from far away.
Yes.
A little tidbit: I do use a wand because I'm a real man. 9 inches of hard oak. What can I say? Those weirdos that use components are a little bit weird because to cast fireballs, they literally need to carry around bat shit and sulfur as the components for that spell. So I simply use a focus point. I don't use any of that weird components, so you won't find the pockets of my robes filled with bat guano.
Not for that reason, anyways. Maybe other
for
reasons.
mascara.
The guano would be good for the foundation if you're going with like the pale look. It is generally, I mean, it was a part of early makeup foundations. That guano.
Did it smell like poop?
Now you know.
You guys are so weird. I don't have any other words. You guys are just so weird.
That's why
Am
people
I the only
watch.
one who knew that? No, someone else in chat knew that.
I think you made that up. I think you made that up so that you can feel more normal about putting poop on your face.
Google it. First
I'm
of
not
all,
going to Google it. I'm not going to Google it.
Google that shit makeup.
I'm not going to. I feel so
I don't
confident
think they do
about this.
I've already Googled it.
Oh, God.
It's a thing. Well, it was a thing. It's not a thing anymore.
That you know of.
Oh, it probably is in some, like, it's probably on fucking Goop or something.
Probably.
On Gwyneth Paltrow's site. Along with the jade vagina eggs. But...
Oh, but God. All right, we're going to quickly dodge out of this conversation.
No, Pig had something to say.
Fantastic level ups, everybody.
Pig had something to say.
Right,
he
Pig,
raised his hand.
I'm
Actually,
glad
it's
that
an
I
urban myth and a common misconception that bat guano or bat poo is used in modern cosmetics.
Yeah, it's not
but in
modern.
fact, in modern
I'm
mascara,
so
it contains fish scales, which is much
so
better.
glad.
And not weird either.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad
fine.
that-
And
I'm
it
glad
also
we let
modern
Pig
makeup
talk
includes
just
like
to make
crushed
sure
beetles and things
that
that
I knew I was
shimmerings and colors. No, medieval and like ancient Japanese makeup used to have it because it's white
Seems
and
like,
it has a very
seems like
smooth
backpedaling to me.
I said not today. I
She
said
did.
it was
She
used.
did say an early makeup.
Thank you so much.
I'll
Thank
let
you.
it slide.
There were just so many foul and questionable words between that fact that it was basically pushed out by the I can't believe my party is behaving this way. So
That's
it's
true.
understandable.
That is- Yeah.
We can
Yeah,
empathize.
absolutely. Well, level ups are done, and back guano aside, you guys are strong as hail. I mean, seriously, that's pretty insane. You guys are I actually literally might have undertuned all the fights I had planned because you might roll up and they all literally just die. But we'll find out. And of course, Ribbons is in your party as well. But who knows what he can do? We'll just have to wait and see. I'm not going to spoil any of that fun stuff. Yeah, any other questions? So where we left the previous session 3 weeks ago, you guys had accepted a quest from Commander Goldwyn, the leader of the Hope's End camp, to retrieve the stolen supplies, the stolen like rations and all of that stuff that some bandits had previously raided from the camp. And so you guys, being that there were pretty much no other options and the camp was on its last strings, have decided to go out, despite being apparently the chosen ones, and risk your own necks to go and retrieve these items and materials for the greater good. Ash taking some alignment damage and is going towards good. Pretty hardcore.
That was a crazy way to start season 2.
It was insane. Ash altruistically gave up some of your own rations just for these poor hapless individuals. In a twist of just nobody could have foreseen that, honestly.
I don't want to carry them, and also you did give us inspiration points.
I did.
You didn't know that he was going to do that, though.
It's true. That's
I'm
very
trying
true.
to save. I'm trying
Good
to
point,
save
Call.
Don't worry, you can make bad decisions ahead.
That is true. But so, any questions on any of that stuff, or anything about your character level ups before we move onward?
I don't think so. I just need to decide each day what my special ability is. If I jump, if I climb, or if I what's the other one? Breathe underwater, swim fast.
Sounds good.
Do we know where we're
He's got the
going?
spider gloves, by the way.
I do.
Hmm? Yeah.
Okay.
You have them or I have them?
I don't have them. One of you two
No.
does.
They're in my...
Carl, you have them because when I was you, I put them on to climb the trees when the angry trees were fighting me, and I don't know that you ever took them off. So you might
I still have
wearing
them. Spider gloves one. I have them. Do we know the format of where we're going? Is it a watery place? Is it a jumping place?
Yeah, they said that the bandits have holed up in a nearby cave, nearby being about 5 days away, but in a cave to the north in the forest. Yeah, that's all the information that they know. The bandits have recently, within the past month, decided to make that their new base of operations, and that was one of the first raids they did on the camp.
I would like to climb today.
Okay. So you're a climbing man. Are you going to keep the spider gloves? Or are you going to give it to anybody else? You're going to double spider?
I don't need to make an ability check when I have this, so I should probably give it to someone else.
Okay.
Mendax, do you want this?
I would love those gloves. Not going to lie, I've thought they'd go really well with my outfit this whole time.
Okay, I will remove spider gloves from my inventory, and you can have them.
Thank you.
Made out of a
I'm
strange
going to put them on.
fingeries, tendrils of these spiders that were in the caves. Yeah.
I love them. I'm going to put them on. I'm going to wear them with pride.
Sounds good. And yeah, just a quick inventory check. What magic items do you guys have? So you just got the spider gloves there, Mendax. What else do you have?
I have the Cloak of Protection.
Mm-hmm. So that gives you +1 AC.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out how I look up just magic ones. So my Cloak of Protection, I have my Amulet of Fading.
Mm-hmm.
And I can use that once per day to kind of fade through things.
Yes.
And let's see. It says Green Sapphire Magic Necklace, but I think that's the same as this. I think I put that down.
I think so.
Yes, before we had talked about it. Now I have the spider gloves.
Mm-hmm.
I still have one thing of spider venom glands, but I don't have the fingers anymore. And I believe that's all of the magic items that I have.
Okay, cool. And you don't forget about the ring. You still all have those rings on your finger.
Still my ring.
Yes. Sounds good. Pig, what magic items do you have now?
So I've got the Pearl of Power, which allows me to recharge a spell slot once a day. Just a single charge on it. I've got Alleluia Jackson's White Shoes. a whole bunch of very mundane items, which I really should have thrown away.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Bandit Love Letters, book Earthworms and Where to Find Them, volumes 1 through 6.
You had Bandit love letters this whole time, and we've
He
not
did.
sat around a fire reading
It was
them out loud.
literally episode 3. He got.
I
those
believe I
and he
tried to
had them
get
ever since.
Apop to like. I'm like, I want to read these. What do they say? And he's just like shook his head and made us move on.
Oh no, this has to happen. I need to know. Bandit love letters? What if they're like the ancestors of the bandits that we're going to go kill?
You know, it's crazy,
got
Pig. You
together
went
and
through
had
that
bajillion
portal,
children?
and somehow the love letters didn't make it. They're gone.
No!
Oh,
Shut up!
dang it.
No,
Oh.
no.
Luckily,
Shoot,
I did
shoot.
read some of them before they went. I believe
Yeah, how did they?
some of
how
the
did they
phrases
go?
were, "I miss you so much, baby. When I dream of you, it makes me feel like a wet stone is feeling the sunshine on its cold and hard skin, and there's flowers that smell very nice, and it makes me feel like there's happiness even when we're just robbing and killing innocent people for their valuables." I believe that was one
that
chapter.
one of
from
them?
it. There was a lot
Okay.
more in that vein. Yeah.
Okay. It's a wonder I didn't want to go through them. It's crazy.
Okay, actual magic items. Silver spoon is now gone because that was in the the thingo. I don't think I have any other magic items. I've got Goop stone, of course. Goop's black magic stone, his control orb, or whatever you want to call that.
Yep.
I have a little bag of sand. I don't know why I have that. Oh, that's for like pen, for writing with a pen. I've got the mirror.
Yep.
That's it. I've still got the rat syringes and stuff, but nothing else magical. Yeah.
Okay. Right on. And Call. What do you have as far as magic items go?
I have the Paraptive Wound Closure.
Mm-hmm.
I have a crowbar,
Very magic.
fire breathing potion recipe. I have fire weed. Don't tell the cops.
Well,
I have a lantern of seeking,
you
which
do technically still have that, yeah.
I don't know what that'll do with what time we're in. What do I have? I have the Scythe of the Crow, which is rather nice, and it's very sharp. And I believe that's it.
Okay. Excellent. Just wanted to check in, see who had what items. You know,
I didn't have any love letters.
you weren't fast enough to get them before Nigel got them.
Yeah.
But you do have Nigel's pictograph, no?
His
Or
pictograph?
little. You remember?
The wood
Yes,
carving.
the
Wood
wood carving,
carving?
the
Yeah, the wood carving.
erotic wood carving.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I believe there were some
You have
forest
that
nymphs,
constellation
scantily clad
prize.
forest nymphs.
Did we ever find out which part of them were rubbed off like the most? Which part was the most worn? I think that's how we find out whether Nigel is an ass or a breast man.
Oh my god. I try to
Or
make
maybe
one
he rubbed
joke.
maybe the
I make
heads are
one
gone
joke.
because he finds, the mind to be the sexiest part.
Why are you like this?
It's character development.
Why are you this way? No, that's
Her alignment was getting too close to good. She had to.
it was. It was.
Yeah, and you were reveling in it far too much.
was. It was a good thing. It was cool.
It was abrupt, but it's going back to where it was.
Oh, actually,
It is.
one item, Apop.
Uh-huh.
Packed magic tomes. I'm pretty sure I gave those back to Captain Snicklefitz, right?
No, he gave those to you. Those are
Oh, he
in
gave
your
them to me.
possession.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That's where you learned, so you have the ability to do the low, essentially low-level pact magic with people.
Yeah.
I think that was an ability I sent over to you to use at your discretion when you feel it's necessary.
Yeah, I can basically just do a contract with someone, essentially. Yeah.
Of very minor importance and severity, but yes. Yeah, fantastic. All right. So, you all I clear my throat a lot. What can I say? I talk a lot and I have to clear my throat.
I swear on my life, I legitimately had to clear my throat at the exact same time, but then I thought it'd be funny if I just made that face like I was making fun of you.
Okay, well, it worked. I feel very made fun of. You all are heading into the forest. You have just essentially started your travels. We'll say that it is the beginning of the day. Did you guys decide that you were going to leave at night, or were you going to leave the next morning? I don't remember.
First thing in the morning, I thought.
Okay, first thing in the morning. We'll say that you all are given basic amenities, which are, as far as what the camp can provide, pretty luxurious in a way, but it is essentially just very basic sleeping packs. You all have your own equipment still from traveling out on the road, so you don't find it too difficult to sleep. The only thing that does make it, again, somewhat difficult for you all is the air is just really uncomfortable to breathe, and the ground, it just feels kind of wrong. Like, you shouldn't have set up camp in this place. There's kind of gnarled roots that are under the ground, and then some, the dirt is packed strangely in some ways, so it's not very even. It's not very level. So it's not the most restful sleep you've ever had, but after being asleep for so many hundreds of years, you guys are pretty well rested, we'll say, when the morning comes. You all meet at the forest's edge. And Ribbons is already there standing, waiting for you. He's got a little satchel on his side, and he has a little walking stick and like a brown cloak and like tunic, and he is just kind of he's just standing there looking
evil Bilbo.
He's like a little evil green Bilbo Baggins, yeah. Yeah, and he's got his nose is still broken and crooked looking, and yeah, he's just kind of standing there waiting. He kind of bows his head to each one of you. Good morning. I hope you slept well.
We did. We slept a very, 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 very long time before last night, so we're fine.
Sleep is good. I'll kind of just look at you guys expectingly, waiting for whenever you guys want to take the lead. You know that you are heading north, and Captain Goldwyn pointed out essentially the mountain that you're trying to go to. It's not massive by any means, but it is a good enough landmarker that you can see in the distance. So long as you keep your bearing true north from where you are, you should encounter it without much delay, as long as you can get through the forest. This leads to how you guys are wanting to travel. There is no paths. There's no, well-worn roads that you're going to be going on here. You're basically going out into the wilderness and going north. So what is the kind of way that you want to go about it? You guys going to all travel in a single file line? Are you having anybody that's farther up ahead and is scouting the situation? It's sort of up to you. It's your guys' call. Ribbons will go pretty much wherever you want him to, within reason.
Well, are you an experienced outdoorsman, Ribbons? Do you know the way we're going?
I believe Captain Goldwyn said north. So I believe north. That is that direction. And he'll point north.
That's a
I think
no.
Mendax or Carl would probably be best as our front men then.
I have a scythe. I can chop through any brambles or trees or things that are in the way.
And I've got these amazing gloves and really good acrobatics. I could just hop through the treetops and keep a far lookout as well as we're going. So I could do that as Carl hacks through the front to make it easier for everyone else. That way we're always seeing, as far as possible. So no bandits are going to hopefully be able to pop up on us.
I definitely like the idea of you scouting, though the idea of jumping through the treetops kind of scares the crap out of me. I'm sure you know your own abilities.
The trees very close together. I should say that. Should I look around and see, how dense is the actual, forest top?
Yeah. It's not, wall-to-wall tree or anything like that. There's definite spacing between them. It seems more like a barren forest. It almost looks like a forest after a wildfire in a way. Because again, many of these trees do not have leaves on them. They're sort of gnarled and twisted. They look almost like they're in a state of decay, but they just haven't quite collapsed. You figure that for the most part, you could find a pathway to, sort of jump. It wouldn't be a straight line. You'd have to kind of zigzag a little bit, but that you would be able to more than likely jump from tree to tree. The only thing that causes any sort of concern is you're not 100% sure how structurally sound it is.
Yes, okay. Well, if these look like trees after a wildfire, which I did used to live in a wildfire area and had to be evacuated, them sons of bitches are not very structurally sound. So I will not be jumping in the trees.
Okay.
But I'm happy to run forward and scout.
Sounds good. So Mendax is going to take the lead. How far ahead of do you want to be?
I'd say probably about 50 to 100 yards or so. I want them to be able to see me, but I feel like if I'm scouting any closer, then it doesn't make sense for me to be scouting at all.
Sure. And then for the 3 that are not in the advanced scouting group, we'll say, what's your kind of positions going to be? You guys just going to be casually walking ahead, making sure, Mendax is in front of you, or anything of the such?
I'll be very broad and make sure there's a decent path for people to travel through. Wizards and doctors or whatever aren't quite as, say, robust at dealing with brambles and different twigs and things that could thwack them in the face,
Sure.
So I just go through anything that's like an outcropping blocking the path, or just chop it or slap it or bite it or something.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I'll let Ribbons go behind Carl then, so I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. Sounds great. All right, you guys head onward then. It is a fresh day. It is a new day. And you are heading out into the spooky woods. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and start it off like all good travel sessions with a dice roll. Who would like to take the first dice roll?
I mean, I'm in the front, so I'll take the first dice roll.
Okay.
And it's a solid 3.
Fantastic.
Which is Babe Ruth's number, so I feel like it's very strong.
Okay. As you all are traveling through the woods, let's say you go through, Carl, you're able to clear a path well enough for Ribbons and Nigel to follow without too much of an issue. Mendax, you're taking that scouting position all the way forward and making sure that the team stays out of danger. You have advance warning to what's going on. Ribbons, by the way, is able to keep up with pretty much out issue. He keeps up with your all's pace. I'm assuming you're not like sprinting. What's the pace we're going for? It's Captain Goldwyn said it would take about 5 days to get to the mountain and then 5 days back. You left half of your rations here at the camp, so you only have rations for 7 days total. So it's up to you on how quickly you would like to go. The faster you go, obviously, the more potential there is for accident and injury, but it's up to you guys, however you want to do it.
Sustainable pace. We want to have energy to fight bandits when we arrive.
Sure. All right. Sounds good. As you guys are traveling through the woods, so we'll get to your dice roll here in a bit. You begin to fully sort of understand the full extent of the damage that's been done to the forest and the land. The trees, as we've mentioned, they're all wilted and gnarled. They look twisted and have like a deep purple hue almost beneath the bark. Mendax, you being more forward here, you don't really have any conversations. You've been kind of paying attention to your surroundings more so than almost anybody else. The ground is uneven and pretty rough. The grass that's down there is it's almost like a mixture of like green and gray. It looks as if it should just be like ash, essentially, but it looks like that is the color that it is. It is growing, but that's the color that it's coming out as. It's uncomfortable to walk through. The soil is sort of blackened, and again, there's these roots that kind of span the ground from tree to tree, making it fairly patchy and rough. It's not very comfortable to walk through. And anytime you guys need to sit and rest, it takes you a good bit of time to find a comfortable position to sort of rest at. The air doesn't improve really at all. In fact, it can get it seems to get a little bit worse. It almost has the scent of like fire and smoke, but you don't see anything on the horizons that indicate that you're walking towards, let's say, like a forest fire or anything like that. And there's other sort of acrid scents and just kind of unpleasant smells that are really, really making this travel not very fun. You do see some wildlife, funny enough, but they're all essentially carrion type of animals. You got bugs and flies. Up ahead, you see crows and vultures that are patrolling around looking for either death or some kind of carnage to eat on. So it's not the usual jaunt through the woods that you are all very used to. That's usually teeming full of life and green and beauty. You rolled a 3, Mendax. Each one of you, go ahead and roll me. And what would we do? Each one of you roll me a dexterity save. Let me see what you guys get.
Me as well, or have I
Yeah,
already
everybody.
fucked myself?
Everybody roll a dex save.
2 plus 3 is 5.
Okay.
16 plus 2 is 18.
Damn.
9 plus 7 is 16.
It's not bad. Call, it actually makes the most sense for you as you're clearing the pathway for everyone else. You're sort of taking the blunt hammer approach. You're not trying to weave around unless it's literally like a tree that's in your way. You're kind of just hacking and slashing everything. And almost like out of the blue, it seems like the roots shift underneath your feet. And you're sort of caught. Your foot gets stuck, and you sort of you twist and trip, and kind of land on the ground fairly hard.
Oof.
You are going to take not too much damage, actually. Only going to be taking 3 damage from that. But you go and check your ankle, and it seems like you have a bit of a minor injury, some sustained damage there. Do you have anything that would help you with like a wound like that? Essentially twisting your ankle?
Do I have any... I have rags so I could wrap it, and I have a wooden stake so I could brace it.
Okay.
And I'm proficient... Actually, my medicine is 2.
Fair enough. Let's see here. Ribbons will come over to you. Do you guys call Mendax, or do you guys have a signal to even talk to each other if something goes...
Call!
Okay, that would work.
You walked into that one.
Okay, fair enough. Mendax, what do? You hear that noise? Is that your predetermined signal that you have for you?
100%. We definitely talked about that before setting out.
Okay.
So yes.
All right.
And
Sounds good.
So I'm immediately going to be drawing my rapier, and I'm going to run back towards them.
Okay. You arrive, you see Call is sort of he's on the ground. He's not like splayed out. You sort of sat back up in a decent position, and Ribbons is actually looking at your ankle now. You see that it doesn't look like there's any danger anywhere, Mendax, but it looks like Call essentially fell. So Ribbons will actually go for a medicine check. And rolls pretty darn well. He sort of pokes and prods your ankle a little bit, kind of trying to test and see what exactly has gone wrong.
Hey, whoa!
You know, he's like kind of shifting. Oh,
A little poke never hurt anyone. Calm down.
Does it hurt when I move it like this?
Yes.
Oh, how about this?
Yes.
What about this here?
Yes.
Can you wiggle your toes?
Yes.
And things like that. Okay, so after doing an analysis, he proclaims with certainty, it looks like you've twisted your ankle. Let me see if I can do anything to alleviate the pain. And he will sort of like grab your ankle. Do you let him do this, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Okay, I'm just checking. You don't know him. I don't know. Yeah, he sort of grabs your ankle. You can feel his oddly long fingernails sort of grazing the sides of your skin as he sort of is clasped around your ankle. And you feel sort of a heat emanating from his hands. It's not like burning. It's not like painful. It's almost soothing in a way. Like think of almost like icy hot, right? You know, icy hot. And you feel you've not really been healed through magical means many times before, except for the one time I can even recall is when you all were injured in Tolkarabad. Nigel, you received healing out of anybody that was there. And he is going to, let me see, what will our boy Ribbons do? Yeah, he is going to cast Cure Wounds. And you will regain 13 health, Mr. Call.
Whoa.
So you should be back up and healed to full. You feel the bones and ligaments of what you've sort of pulled and strained almost popping and snapping back into place in a way, as your ankle seems to reset itself from this sort of damage that you've inflicted on it. After a few moments of having that light sort of engulfing your ankle, he'll do the same sort of check where he'll, does this hurt when I push your foot like this? And
No.
what about this?
No.
And it's like a twinge of pain. Like there's like healing magic isn't perfect, but it certainly helps quite a bit. So there's just a little bit, but you definitely feel a lot better than you just were. You would have certainly been slowing down progress quite a lot without any sort of healing.
Thank you, Ribbons. That helped a lot.
Oh, don't thank me. Just serving the Dark Lady the best that Ribbons can. And he'll sort of just nod his head and go back to his spot in line and be ready to advance onward.
Who's the Dark Lady?
Give me a religion check.
I have a +2 for my religion checks. 10 + 2 is 12.
The Dark Lady, would you know information about her with a 12? What was your background? Would there be any reason Call would have knowledge on this sort of thing?
Kinku have a lot of secrets and things they like to keep. I don't specifically remember him being a religion expert, so I probably wouldn't say he's a scholar.
You do not have knowledge on what this is, or what the Dark Lady is. Mendax and Nigel could also roll. It doesn't sound good to your approximation, though, Call.
I got 18 total, 15 plus 3.
Okay.
And I got 18 plus 3, so 21.
Okay, Mendax, with your knowledge, you know that she is an evil god. But that's basically it.
Or she just misunderstood.
No, she's evil. And Nigel, with your knowledge, you're sort of more, again, the academic. You know that she is the god of pain and suffering.
And what exactly did Ribbon say? Did he say he was to please the Dark Lady?
Do to serve the Dark Lady.
To serve.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But isn't that opposite of what a pain and suffering deity would want?
Does Pig say anything about this? Because currently you don't know anything.
I do not. I just kind of like,
Fantastic. Yeah, so unless you have any questions or you want to say anything, Ribbons is more than happy to just fall back in line and head forward. Call, your ankle feels your ankle feels better, and you feel well enough to travel forward. You sort of test it out, do a couple little tiny bunny hops, walk around a little bit, make sure everything feels the way that it should, and sure enough, you feel just fine.
Well, from all I can tell, the Dark Lady seems to be a very nice person who's interested in helping people with their ankle problems.
Yeah. Does seem to be that way. Fantastic. You guys carry on throughout the rest of the day with no other interruptions. The forest continues to sort of become more crowded and dense with foliage and trees. Again, any sort of plant life or animal that you see looks to be in a state of either decay or is just decrepit. There is a moment through the day when you are traveling and you see over to the right, there are a flock of vultures that are picking apart some undetermined animal that has fallen through some other means. But that sort of unsettles you. You don't feel super happy about that. It's a little frustrating. But you survived through the first day. Congratulations. Give yourself all a round of applause. And now it is nighttime. And you get the sense that the night would be much more dangerous than the day, especially in hellscape you live in now. How would you like to approach setting up camp? You all have, again, basic materials for setting up camp. You have basic tents that you can set up and bedrolls. So that should be fine. But how would you all like to go about it?
Well, we have our bedrolls and such, so we could create a makeshift shelter. We have some, rope, some rags and so on, so we could just put a little something over the bedrolls and then we take turns keeping watch.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely take turns keeping watch. Definitely agree with that. Is there anything that we can do to perhaps set up a perimeter? I mean, you and I have dark vision, but when it's Nigel, does Ribbons? Do you have dark vision?
It's a goblin.
Ribbons can see in the dark. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so Nigel is the only vision deficient person here. So if there's any way that we could set up a perimeter that would help a vision deficient person.
Well, it is a bit of a bummer, but I wouldn't want to put the security of the camp at risk. So I'll probably just sleep through the whole night, and you three can take turns on watch.
Fair enough.
Okay. Is that fair enough?
That's very bold of him to...
Well, I mean, it's
Way
really
to take
necessary
one for
if
the
we've got
team,
a
Nigel.
kind
Very
of
good
perimeter
stuff.
alarm system.
lay down himself.
Unfortunately, I
for
don't
the
have any
team.
way of setting up a magical alarm. I guess if there's a dead body nearby, I could animate it to guard us while we sleep. Little creepy, but yeah, I don't really have any other magical solutions.
Sorry.
There was
I don't
the
think
only
I
dead
can
body
tell-
even. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I set a familiar? Actually, could I set Ratty to keep watch? I'm not sure if I could do that while I'm sleeping.
I feel like you probably could. Let's see. Just reading things.
Yeah,
real
it says
quick.
it acts independently, always follows commands, and yeah. I mean, and so I assume it could telepathically just wake me up, since that's how we communicate. It could just be like, "Yo, stuff's happening."
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, I think that should be fine. You can do that. Did you cast Find Familiar at the beginning of the day? Is that just something you do like every day? Or I guess you
Yeah.
only need to do it once, and then when it dies, yeah. Okay, actually, never mind. Yeah,
Yeah, he's just always kind
Yeah.
of scurrying in and out of my robes onto my shoulder and
Okay.
that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes, I will say you can use your familiar as a guard in a way. It will not, keep in mind, for any sort of perception checks or things like that, it will use its own stats and it will not use any of your guys. So it certainly would not have as good perception as everyone else. It might have good, it's usually familiars in like one area, they're pretty good at stuff, and then in all the other areas they're not very great. So like a rat would
Yeah.
more than likely be vision, I would say. and then its hearing would be pretty poor. Maybe even its smelling would be better than vision for it. But
yeah,
up
I
to you
mean,
guys. However you wanna do
Ratty's
it.
not
Whatever you wanna do.
Ratty's not a bird, so he's not exactly going to be the sickest, but he would have night vision, I would imagine, as a rat, right? Like,
Mhm. Fairly limited in distance, though, I believe.
telepathy doesn't work while I'm asleep, so he would have to like just come and jump on my face
Ah.
essentially to wake me up.
Fair enough.
But he knows how to do that, so
Yeah, let me know how you guys want to go about it.
I'll keep watch for the first rotation. Mendax can do the second, and Ribbons can do the third.
Okay. So one more time, what was that?
Call
Who's
Mendax
going
Ribbons.
first? Call Mendax Ribbons. Fantastic. And how are you guys approaching warmth or anything for the night? It is very cold. Are you guys just toughing it out, or are you going to do a fire or anything like that? What's the plan?
A fire would
Okay,
be
at
good
this-
for keeping away animals.
It'd be good for keeping away animals, but it'd also be very good for giving away our position if any bandits are in the forest.
But we are here to kill the bandits.
Very true, but we don't want them to come upon us when 3/4 of our party are asleep. If we could prevent it.
How cold are we talking? Like close to freezing temperature?
I mean, yeah, exactly. We were just up in, Dagger Shelf and stuff. Like, we were just in the snow. Like,
It's certainly not as cold as Dagger Shelf. I mean, Dagger Shelf was freezing. You guys did have, and still do have, actually, your cloaks that keep you warm. Mind you, Ribbons does not have one of those. But it is uncomfortably cold. We'll say it's down in the 30 degrees area.
well,
30
I don't.
degrees, 20 degrees. I don't know. It's not super nice. Sleeping outside in
Yeah.
basic roll-up sleeping bags. So up to you.
I don't want to light a fire because I don't
Okay.
know what's out here at all. So I don't want to be. I mean, I can summon a bonfire at will, but I don't think it's a good idea. Ribbons, have you much experience in the wilderness? How do we avoid the attention of things that we probably don't want to come across? Is it safe to
He'll
light
say-
a fire?
He'll say, "I'm not very experienced in the wilderness. Sorry, it's not my area of expertise."
I suggest we don't light a fire then. I think it's already, this place is just far too strange. The roots already of the trees are kind of creepy actually. And before going to sleep, I already want to, if there's any trees near our camp, I want to kind of investigate them a little bit and
Sure.
see if there's
Yeah.
any way to look inside the trees or just to kind of analyze them, partially of scholarly interest, partially just to see if there's any sort of enchantments or corruption or anything that I can notice.
Sure.
Potentially sending Ratty inside a tree if there's like a hollow in it or anything like that, so I can look through his eyes. I just want to kind of get a feel for what's going on in this forest and what sort of sickness is on the plants.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me. You're saying you're looking so for magic? Are you like, investigating the physical properties of the trees? What are we aiming for more? So just so I know what stat to line it up for.
Let's look at the physical properties first.
Okay, sure. Give me an investigation roll. I guess would be the most appropriate. Are you?
What about a
that'll be
nature?
good for now. Nah,
Could
we'll
be-
do that. We'll do investigation and then we'll do that actually. So, what's the investigation first of all?
Okay, 13 plus 6 for investigation, 19.
Okay, fantastic. And then give me a nature roll with that.
That's going to be 11 plus 3, 14.
Okay, sure. You have some knowledge of nature. It's not extremely we'll say robust, but you're not like a druid, but you've read several books about trees and plants and how they work, how they operate, the life cycles. It's actually not even necessarily super common knowledge amongst people, like exactly how plants grow and like the way that they survive. But you understand the sort of cycle that they need sunlight and all that sort of stuff. And you actually determine based on like the sky and how it's almost like a rolling black, like a blanket of black clouds. That is more than likely one of the reasons why these trees aren't really growing properly. The sunlight that comes through almost seems to be poisoned in a way. It's corrupting them in some sort. You know, or rather, you go to each tree. We'll say on one of them, you kind of just break off like a small twig or something like that, and basically this like goopy green sap kind of starts to drip out from it, which is not what sap should look like in trees. You know that it's more so supposed to be like a milky sort of color more than anything else. But yeah, these look like there is some level of corruption, whether that's magical, whether that's something to do with the type of trees that they are, or that's interacting with something else. You can't say for certain. Go ahead and give me an Arcana roll, though. We'll see if you can pick up anything of the such there, or if you recall any lore of spells that can do these sorts of things.
4 + 6, 10.
Okay. You can't pick up whether or not that these trees are enchanted or, cursed, anything like that. But you do know that these types of we'll say, environmental features are common in areas that are blighted. So areas that have essentially unholy magic that are weaved through them will have essentially decaying, corrupted trees. More familiar, more again, carrion type of animals that feast on dead things. It's also not uncommon to see ghouls and skeletons and things like that potentially rising up from the earth as well. But yeah, basically all sorts of nastiness in areas that are blighted. And normally, what is required in those types of situation is not necessarily like your kind of magic, more so as like holy magic is required. So like clerics and priests and things like that can usually have quite an affinity for combating against like blighted, unholy areas. So from what you can tell,
burning these trees down probably won't help too much, and that's about all I'm good for.
Sure. Or you could create illusions that they all have trees and hey, you never know. But that is, to the best of your ability, what you can determine. You don't know what is causing it. You don't know how to stop it, but that is essentially what you can figure out.
Heck yeah. No, I think that's cool. I think maybe when I'm higher level, I might be able to do something more. But for now, I was just thinking about the idea of like disguising our camp with an illusion, but there's just no way I could maintain something like that. That's well beyond the level of what I could do. That would need to be some sort of crazy lasting enchantment.
Yeah, you would have to essentially have an enchanted item that would almost do that for you, or be a very like really, really high level wizard to do that. Because if you can't concentrate on the spell, that it stops happening.
Yeah. Unless I can split my brain, sleep half my brain, the other half concentrates on it. Right. Yeah.
Just swap off.
You could take one level of dolphin.
Every now and again, the illusion gets super fanciful, and then the other time it's like really precise and articulate. Yeah, so that's what you can determine there. So you guys are roughing it. You're doing no fire, if I'm recalling correctly, and then you do call Mendax ribbons for the time that you're sleeping. How long would you guys like to try and rest for? We'll say that it is late evening at this point. The sun, or rather, we'll say it's dusk. You guys stopped before night fell, so you have as much time or as little time as you want to rest.
If we did 2 to 3 hour shifts for whoever's keeping watch, then the other people could get a decent 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Well, Nigel can get his beauty sleep.
Sure. So you guys want to essentially go to sleep at like 10 o'clock and start in the morning at 4 is roughly what I'm hearing. If we were to use just normal time.
We'll start at 6. Who wakes up at 4? That's scuffed.
Maybe you guys do.
No,
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
I'm not that early of a bird.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, sure. So you guys are gonna go for the full 8 hours.
Oh, we're traveling. We need our energy.
Yeah, you do.
And beauty
I mean-
rest.
Sleeping at 10 seems rather late if we've stopped at nightfall.
Up to you guys. It does take time to prepare.
What are you, the
camp,
bedtime
but all
police?
Yeah, I mean, you can't instantaneously have like tents or your bags out as well, and I'm assuming that you're going to eat as well. I was just giving you guys like 2 hours to do that.
Yeah.
If you
Fair
want to
enough.
immediately go to sleep, you can do that too. It's all up to you guys. I'm just filling in the blanks.
10 to 6.
10 to 6 it is. All right. You guys bust into your rations. You are going to try to, again, use them sparingly because you have enough for your travel there plus 2 days. So you want to make sure that you have enough to get there. But the rations themselves are primarily composed of like dried meats. It's almost similar to what you guys were eating when you were on the ship for all that time. So congratulations, it's more the same. It's like really hard tack, like crackers and bread, if you will, smoked meats and not really much else. So it's kind of you're a little tired, sick and tired of it, to be honest with you. But it's food and it works.
And
Great.
it won't put the hair on our chests.
No, it won't. Not like Harry Dan, I think was the name of that guy.
More of a feathers person anyway.
Listen, Harry Dan's grog is legendary.
Would the grog have put hair on Carl? If
You
he
guys
drank
never
off of
tried,
it?
so you never knew. That will just have to go without knowledge.
Wouldn't that have been something?
It would have. Shame we never explored that avenue.
I don't feel
All
like
right.
it would have mattered that much.
Maybe it would have been a huge character shifting moment. Probably not, though. It probably would have put more feathers on. To be honest with you, I don't know. Okay, so you guys are resting. Anything you want to do before you guys start your watch rotations?
I feel like I do want to kind of scout about a bit, just in a smaller perimeter, maybe like 25
Okay.
yards out in a circle, just to
Okay.
make sure that there's nothing, like not a cave with a angry, malnourished bear or something just outside of our eyesight.
No, you don't notice anything out of more peculiarity than what you're already experiencing. You don't see a camp of orcs that are right next to you or something like that. No, you're
Perfect.
good. You're good.
Could
okay,
I poke around
fantastic.
for any mushrooms or herbs or things I could use as alchemical ingredients?
Yeah, certainly. Go ahead and give me
A what?
a nature roll.
My nature is +5. Because I'm an
Cool.
all-natural bird.
All natural. No enhancements.
15 + 5 is 20.
Fantastic. Roll me a D4.
D4.
Mm-hmm.
It's a triangle one. A 3.
3. You find 3 fairly large-looking mushrooms that are growing out of the base of one of the nearby trees. They are extremely sickly and pale-looking in nature, but they have a slightly greenish hue to them. They are a little slick to the touch, as if there's almost some kind of like oil that they are excreting, if you will.
A film.
A film.
Hmm.
I like to use graphic words so I can look at Ash's faces whenever I do. You do not know what they are, but you assume that they are most undoubtedly poisonous.
So I will say I'll add to my inventory 3 questionable mushrooms.
3 questionable poisonous mushrooms.
Okay.
If you want to add that description, that would be awesome.
Okay.
I think when you create an item, you can pop a description in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got 3 of those mamma jammas. Do you want to eat them?
Not now.
Okay.
Maybe later.
Just checking. Okay. I don't know. I'll always give someone the opportunity to do something really stupid if they want to.
3 questionable.
Call's dead. Reroll a character.
My constitution is so high, I'd probably just waste the mushrooms.
Probably.
Okay. Questionable poisonous mushrooms, 3 has been added.
Fantastic. Most excellent. Anything else you guys would like to do? Nigel, anything you want to do?
No, I mean, we're doing the watch without me, right? I'm sticking off watch, right, guys?
Seems like it.
All right, I'll set Ratty to be on watch all night because he doesn't need to sleep anyway. So he can kind of, his job is to just circle the camp and see if he notices anything.
Cool.
If he does, he's got instructions to jump on my face / run over to whoever's on watch and kind of bounce around on them.
Okay, sounds great. Ribbons will, it looks like he's kind of kneeling on his bedroll for a little bit and is doing some sort of prayer. You don't know what it is that he's doing exactly. He has some kind of object in his hand, but he does that for a few minutes. And he says, Good night, everybody. It was very nice traveling with all of you.
Thanks for fixing my ankle.
You're welcome. And you go to sleep. Fantastic. Call. Give me a d20.
Oh my goodness, a viewer just said, may your rolls be blessed, and then I rolled a 19. It worked.
Great. Amazing. Fantastical. It gets very cold. You're rather uncomfortable. You pull your cloak in closer, and you keep watch. You don't notice any disturbances through your watch. You said you're going for 3 hours, is that right? 2 hours. It's got to be like 2.5 or something like that.
Yeah, between 2 and 3.
Between 2 and 3. Fantastic. You only are really commenting in your mind on how dead this forest feels. The stillness of everything, the unnatural, almost eerie stillness of it all. That you don't feel or hear any nature. And again, that pervading acrid smell is just really oppressing in a way. You feel a little sad that this is the state the world has come to. This is the first time you've had for self-reflection since you've woken up from your slumber. And you find yourself to be a bit troubled.
Where are the grasses and the tree leaves and the happy birds and the squirrels and the stuff? It's all sad and drab and dismal and dead. What a world.
It is.
It's a shit.
Your watch passes. And who do you wake up next?
Mendax. It's her time to be awake and sad at the dismal deathness. Mendax. I will like pat her. Everything's...
Oh,
Did you have a good
no,
nap?
good. It was a very, very deep dream about... I'm not going to go into it, but maybe the hot elf door god was there. My turn?
Yes, if you would keep watch, then I will get my rest, and then you can wake up Ribbons after that.
Sounds good.
Oh, keep in mind, it's cold and depressing. Good luck.
Make sure you keep that in mind. That's very important that you remember this.
Good to know. I run hot and I hate everything, so it's fine. It'll be fine.
Perfect. Give me a d20.
I got a 17.
Oh, great. Your night passes without much happening. You sit there. What do you think about?
I tried to remember the dream with the hot elf door god for a bit, but it's very fuzzy wuzzy. So after a bit, I let that go, and then I refocus upon my job, going, "Oh shit, I'm supposed to be keeping us from getting killed by things." Then I refocus and I start watching the forest, and then I start looking for the trees because I want to see if any of them look like a particular tree we've seen before. Because if there is one that looks like a tree we've seen before, I'm definitely going to burn it down. But I didn't think
I 20.
Oh, let's see this. Yes.
Fireballs.
13.
It's one that reminds you of that tree. It isn't that tree, but it reminds you of it.
I'm going to mark that one out in my... How far away is it?
It's like 20 yards.
All right, it's a bit too far. I was just going to take my dagger and deface it, but not one that's 20 yards away. I'm not that,
Okay.
pressed about it. But if it's in the direction we're going in the morning, I'm going to put a mental note to deface it as I walk by it.
Sure. That sounds fine. Give me a perception roll.
Literally one of my worst ones. I got a 2 plus 1, total of 3.
Perfect.
Again, Babe Ruth's number. Very strong.
Fireballs.
Yeah, certainly strong. The night passes without anything happening. Fantastic for you. Who are you waking up next?
I'm going to wake up Ribbons.
Okay. You walk over to Ribbons to wake him up, and his eyes are open, staring at you.
Wait, Ribbons? I'm gonna nudge him. Ribbon, are you awake or are you just creepy?
Hello. Yes, I'm awake. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. Did
Have
you
a
sleep
good
at
night's
all?
sleep. Yes, I did.
For how long?
I don't know.
Do you sleep with your eyes open usually?
No,
Just for tonight, or did you just wake up before I came over?
I woke up just now.
Oh, that works out really well then.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's one tree that looks a bit like... he who shall not be named. But other than that, it's been super quiet around here for me.
How disappointing. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, great. Ribbons will get up and will walk over to a tree. And you can see his eyes in the darkness. Again, he's got these... We almost went over them last time, where his eyes are just this bloodshot black with these pinpricks of yellow in the middle. They're very unsettling. And you see them just wide and staring in the darkness as the light... Or there's actually no light. Yeah, you just see them sort of reflect, almost like a cat's eyes in a way.
Dickest bird.
And he will roll a d20 as well. Oh, good job, Ribbons. Fantastic. Nigel. You feel something poking you in the side. There is a goblin standing over you with his deep black eyes staring into your eyes.
Oh, Jesus.
He's relatively close to your face. And he will say, I don't wish to disturb you. I apologize for waking you. But I think there's something out in the forest. Give me a constitution check. So good it fell on the floor.
Ghost babes.
That's a 10 plus Constitution saving throw plus 2, 12.
12. You smell what it is before you hear anything about it. But that check is good enough for you to not kind of double over. It smells like the sickly sweet death sort of stench. Rotten and decaying. It smells gross. And it is sort of wafting towards you guys as if somebody opened a door or something like that. He'll kind of put his finger to his mouth, trying to make sure you're staying quiet. I don't think whatever it is noticed us yet, but they are certainly coming this direction. I heard it out in the night, and I looked over there. There's 4 very large figures in that direction. What should we do?
And I'll just crawl over silently to Mendax and Carl. And I'll shake whoever's closer awake first.
Okay. We'll say that is Mendax. Mendax is closer to you.
All right. Mendax. And I'll just gently put my hand on her shoulder.
Okay.
Oh, God.
And I'll go over to Carl and wake him as well.
Okay, Carl, roll a wisdom save before you wake up.
Stonefish. 3 plus 2 is 5.
Okay, unfortunately, you were having a nightmare. Roll a d20 when you wake up.
Overcooked stonefish. A 4.
Nigel, roll a dexterity save.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
$11.
Okay, Nigel, you were able to grab Carl's beak, rather, before he yelps out into the darkness, being rudely awoken from his nightmare.
Stonefish.
Carl, roll a constitution check.
It's not a save.
Save. Yeah, sorry, save.
16 plus 7 is a lot.
Yeah, you're totally fine. You muscle stench without issue.
Who farted?
However, it is horrible. It smells like rotting, decayed death.
Who ate 67 rotten eggs?
Very specific number.
What would you like to do? You get the sense that something is wrong.
So now that Carl's awake, I'm going to point in the direction of the smell to Mendax and Ribbons.
Yes. I saw 4 large figures, and they were coming from that direction. And I thought it best to wake you all.
How far?
Well, it was about 40 seconds ago, and they were about 100 yards away, so pretty close. Mendax, give me a perception check.
It's a 3 plus 1, which is like
Never
an
mind.
extra Babe Ruth.
Fantastic. Sounds good. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to, if I heard what they were just saying, I would like to use
Yes, you
my
did.
amazing climbing skills with my scythe on my back to climb up one of the trees, ready to pounce upon one of them as they get close to our camp.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check, or would it be athletics? I think it would be athletics, actually. Yes, give me an athletics check. And you said you have super climbing, right?
You
So
gain
that's like what,
climbing speed equal to your walking speed. You can climb difficult surfaces, including upside down on ceilings, without needing to make an ability check.
Oh. So you can just climb it? Wow, okay. Sounds good. You climb up the tree. The tree in particular is, we'll say it goes about 13 feet in the air. So you're able to scale that within the matter of seconds. You look out into the darkness, and sure enough, there are 4 large, lumbering figures that are moving towards your camp. They are maybe about 30 or 40 feet away at this point. They're relatively slow, but you can tell that is where the stench is coming from.
Wait, can we just scatter? Let them go through.
We could try to hide.
hide. All right, so I'm just gonna pull out my wand and can I hear them kind of coming, the direction they're from? I at least have an idea of the direction,
Give
right?
me a perception check.
You can smell the direction they're coming
You know
from.
that they're coming. You know the direction they're coming from. Smell them, and that has been confirmed by call that they're over there. But if you want yourself to have an understanding of where they are exactly, perception
Yeah,
away with disadvantage because it's very dark.
Right. 5 plus 2, 7.
No, you don't. You cannot hear nor can you see anything at this point.
You are certain that it is nighttime.
All right.
Yes, it is
Still
dark.
nighttime. All right, I'm just gonna kind of I'm like hide, and I'm just gonna go and see if I can kind of creep away and find a tree to hide behind.
Sure. How far away do you want to try to go?
Within 50 feet, the biggest tree, best cover I can find.
Okay, give me a perception. You are running in the darkness, unsure exactly where you're going, but you have a general sense of direction.
8.
Okay. You find a tree 20 feet away that you hope is as good as you think it is in your head. Give me a stealth check.
12 plus 2, 14.
Okie dokie. Mendax, what are you doing?
Okay, the same. I'm going to use my spider gloves as well. So I'm going to find a tree, probably 20 to 30 feet away, if I can, that looks sturdy. Although I am very petite, but looks sturdy, and I'm going to climb up that tree.
So you want to do kind of what Call's doing. You want to climb up a tree and hide up there.
Yeah, yes, I do. But I also want to have, once I'm up at a good height, I want to pull a dagger out in case I need to do a flying dagger stab.
Flying dagger stab, of course. Go ahead and give me a athletics check with advantage because you are climbing and you're wearing the spider glove.
Would I have even be able to hear them say that we're hiding and avoiding this?
No.
No.
I got an 18 and a 5, so an 18, and I have +0 to athletics, so it's just an 18.
Okay, an 18. Great stuff. Yeah, you're able to scale the tree with relative ease. You make it up to the top. This is, again, maybe, 14 feet up. And you pull out a dagger, readying yourself for combat if it comes to that. You see Ribbons is at the camp, and he's kind of looking around.
I did kind of gesture and go hide as I was going to hide to like Mendax as well as him.
No, you get the sense he understands you. He just doesn't know where he should go. Okay, let's. That's not great. He is going to go over to one of the sleeping bags and kind of prop it up against the tree and put it over himself.
Oh my.
Can I see this?
No, you were blind, dude. It gets so dark.
Oh, I can see
God
this,
damn it.
right?
Call and you can see it, yes.
Please
The
tell me
figures
that-
are about 10 feet away from your camp.
Oh, shit. Is it the tree that I'm under? Or is he under the tree that I'm in?
Roll a d20. We'll see which tree it is.
Cowabunga it is.
3.
Okay, it is about 3 trees away from your tree.
How obvious is it if they were to go through the center of the camp? Like, okay, like at the point in which these 4 beings are entering, give me a clock position.
Okay, so if they're entering from noon, like 12,
Yes.
he's at like 4.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be pretty well in the direct line of sight. Pretty close. Not the worst, not the best. Where am I at on that? So I'm at like 7?
I was putting you at about 2.
Oh, at 2, even better. Okay, so I'm in a really good position. Shit, Ribbit.
I would like to go into a rage.
Fantastic. you go into a rage. Do you announce that you're going into a rage? Because you can technically go into a rage without screaming if you want to.
I do not
But it's a
announce
part of
this.
the.
And that.
I'm just saying you can. It is in theory. It is in the rules. You do not have to do something.
All I do is I open my mouth and my tongue comes out a little bit. And I lick my beak.
Okay, fantastic. The 4 large figures enter the camp. And I think that's a good spot for our mid-session break. We'll be back in just a little bit. And see what has entered the camp. What they're going to do about it.
In a way, Season 2.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Wayfarers, Episode 2, Season 2. The team is in the spooky wood, and there are 4 very smelly beasts on the way to the camp. Ribbons is trying to hide under a bedroll. Nigel's behind a tree. Call is up in a tree, and so is Mendax. We continue with Wayfarers.
Fantastic. Yes, so these adventurers have decided to hide the best that they saw fit and Call being up the tree. I don't know if he's hiding or not. We'll see what happens here in just a bit. But the 4 large figures have entered the campgrounds, we'll say, where you guys were sleeping. Of course, you weren't able to really pack everything up. Your bedrolls are still kind of out. Your random equipment, we'll say, that you didn't deem necessary to grab immediately might still be on the ground. And Ribbons is hiding in a sleeping bag in the corner of one of the trees. Let's see. Who would be closest to it? Call the tree that you were going up and into. Was it towards the enemies or creatures, we'll say?
Towards, so I
was
could
it-
get a view.
Okay. Yes, you are able to indeed get a view. You see 4 sort of lumbering, large, humanoid type creatures. You don't get an amazing sense for all the details and colors and things like that. Dark vision at night, it kind of muddles out a lot of those specific details. But you can tell that they are like decaying. Essentially, they're sort of these 4 very large, hunched back, and very like gangly, oddly shaped. Their proportions are weird. Some of them have really large legs and smaller hands. Some of them have just like one gigantic large arm that's like trailing behind them. But you can tell on each of them that there is some amount of damage or pieces of their bodies that have just been ripped off or out. From what you can tell, these are 4 just large zombies that are coming towards your camp.
So, is the one below me?
As they travel, they get within, we'll say, a... give me a d20. We'll see how they travel.
A 2.
The closest one travels maybe within 10 feet. So you'd be able to jump at it about 10 feet when it's directly, like, in a straight line of you.
I would like to unload a can of bird will bear us upon this.
Sounds good. What do you do?
What? And I
Okay.
have my scythe, and I would like to bring it down directly upon it.
Okay, so you do have reach on your scythe, so that should be pretty easy. Are you jumping? You're jumping out of the... landing and hitting at the same time, yeah?
Yes, I'm using gravity as my ally to deliver a blow.
Fantastic. Give me a hit roll.
I think I have +5 to hit.
It's a good question. I don't know. What's the bonus here? What should you
14.
say on your...
It's chroma key magic that's happening. I'll borrow
Okay,
this.
okay.
1 second.
No problem.
2 weapon fighting. Oh, I have +6.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. And I would also like to use Form of the Bite, because that was why I was using my tongue like...
Okay, sounds good.
So that was a roll to hit with my scythe. So 14 plus 6 is 20.
Okay, you hit. And you're going to do... You can do all your attacks at... So are you going to do your extra attack as well? Keep in mind, you get 2 attacks per turn.
Yes, I would like to.
Go for it.
Okay. Where's the weapon damage values? Bit rusty. Haven't been in combat since season 1.
Sure.
Bite, claws, unarmed. I think it's 1d12.
For... What are you looking for? Your bite?
My scythe damage.
Oh, your scythe damage. Yeah, I think we have it in your attack. Oh, it's not there anymore. Okay, that's strange that it's not there. Yes, it should be a D12.
D12, okay.
D12 plus 1. You have a plus 1 weapon.
Because it's sharp.
Because it's magic.
A 10 plus 1 is 11.
Okay. So that's one of your scythe attacks. Did you do your second? So I want you to do all the hit at one time, and then all the damage rolls at one. You can.
Okay.
That just groups them up nice and easy.
So since I have an
you know
extra
it.
attack plus a bite, then I do 3 hit rolls?
You got it. And you just determine, before you roll, obviously, which dice are for which.
I will go scythe, bite.
Okay, go for it.
So the first scythe hits. Second scythe. That's a 19 plus 6. That'll hit.
That'll hit, yep.
Third one is a natural 20.
Okay, so that was on your bite, though, you said, yeah?
Correct.
Scythe, bite. All right, perfect. So, the 2 scythes, go ahead and roll their damage together. If you want to keep that first one that you did, you can, or if you want to just have them both together. This isn't good, easy way to do combat, is you just do all the hits, all the damage, cinematic moment, move on to the next person.
I'm gonna just write this down real quick if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. 3 hit rolls. 3 decide order of hit types. Roll damage, if hit. Great. Okay, so we get a D12. I'll take that first 11, that was a good one. I'll roll the second one.
Okay.
And that's a 12. Natural.
Okay.
So 13. And then the bite would be 1d8 plus 3. So,
so you do that one twice.
I bite twice because I crit.
Well, so you crit, right? So you're just so let's go through your combat. Just so we're all on the same page. So you rolled an 11, you got plus 1 because it's magic, right?
Yeah.
And then you also get your strength bonus for that. So we want to make sure we add that in there. Yeah, this was all on your character sheet, but I don't know where it is now, so that's unfortunate. I can try and add it for you real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, Scythe of the Crow. Should be there. I don't understand why it's not showing up. Oh, it's in custom. I don't know why it's now in custom.
Manage custom.
So if you go to attack, there's a custom one that's there. Manage custom. It must have been added that way. But we can try to fix that later. So essentially, you get plus 3 to that damage with your scythe, right? Because it's a strength weapon. So each time you hit with your scythe, you're getting plus 1 from the weapon itself, and then plus 3 from just your strength modifier.
So plus 4
a
total.
Total of plus 4 total for each hit, mind you, right? So if you hit twice, that's plus 8 total. And then you add that to your roll. So you rolled an 11 and a 12, so that's already 23. And then we can add, what did I say, 8 total, right? So that's 31 you're up to so far. And then for your bite, because you crit, the way crits work is you double your damage, essentially, right? So you double the dice that you roll, and you add any modifiers there at the end.
Okay. So, for the bite, it is 1d8 plus 3. So I'll just
So you
roll
roll
those.
2d8. Yep, 2d8 plus 3.
There's a 3. And there's a 7. That's 10, so 13 total.
Perfect. So you're up to 41 and then 44 with the plus there from 3. So 44 damage in total. Fantastic.
Wow.
Alrighty. So you jump out of this tree and bring your scythe down in quick succession. You can feel it connecting with the flesh of this creature, and it sort of sloughs off of it. It just kind of like peels away, almost like you're removing gunk from a drain in a way. You bring the scythe back around again for an upward slash and end up cleaving off its arm. It kind of just slops off and thunks onto the ground. Whatever you decide in your head is a reason to do this, you decide to take a bite out of this creature, which is absolutely foul and disgusting. It's one of the worst things you've ever tasted in your entire life. You are literally biting into death itself. And it tastes rotten and horrible. Your healing that you would normally get from the bite, I'm going to say, is negated, simply from the nature of what it is that you're trying to eat.
Really wanted to test the limits of that one because you kept saying, what's the weirdest thing he's going to eat? Finally, we get some consequences.
Finally, there's some consequences to your actions. But yeah, you come down in a whopping 44 damage, which is absolutely massive. This is what I'm saying. You guys are extremely strong. But as you do so, all 4 of these creatures turn their attention towards you. They don't do it in any sort of quick fashion. They sort of lumber and sort of stumble their way to turn towards you. And you can see now the truly horrible visage of what you're encountering. It is indeed these 4 just sort of giant troll-like over-bloated zombies, which are rotting. Some of them have chunks out of their face. One of them has only half of a head in total. You can see it's like whatever decaying remains of its brains are still there. And there are undoubtedly bugs and other sort of creepy crawlies that are taking shelter inside of this creature's head. Its tongue is this sort of blackened ooze-filled, just disgusting slab that it's just sort of almost hanging off the side of its mouth. It's not really even in its mouth anymore. It's sort of resting on the other side of its head. Yeah, and you just chop the arm off of this creature. Good job.
Quickest bird.
But now all 4 of them are looking at you. So that's a little concerning.
Are they admiring my plumage?
They're admiring something. Nigel, you undoubtedly hear call attack, so you know that the jig is up, and you are now in combat.
Shit.
And then next, obviously, you see Call do this. You guys are still in what is called a surprise round, where you get to take your actions before the creatures do. So, who would like to go next?
I would like to step out from behind the cover and sprint towards the action to try and see what the hell is happening, because I can't see anything.
Yeah, you don't even need to you don't even need to sprint. That's an actual action where you forego your turn and you double run essentially. Just head over there. It is. I don't want the rule lawyers of the world to get mad that you're not sprinting. It's okay. You head back over to the camp and you see these gigantic, honestly terrifying monstrosities. So terrifying, in fact, roll me a wisdom save.
Roll what, sorry?
Roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you poop your pants in fear?
Oh, man. Swear it got hit by an obstruction. It hit the monitor, and then it stopped. 5 plus 5 wisdom, so 10.
That's pretty good. You are terrified, and you must take the rest of your turn to move as far away from these creatures as possible.
Nope.
So we'll say you take the rest of your turn and speed direction 30 feet in the opposite direction.
Nice.
Menex.
Well, they were at 12 and I'm at 2, so I'm within jumping assault distance, correct?
Oh yeah, you are. There are 2 of them literally right below you.
Okay, well then I'm going to have to jump down and attack because while they're looking at Carl, I can get a sneak attack in. Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, you
And
can
then-
definitely jump down and attack. The way that it works for your sneak attacks, just as a reminder, there's a lot of ways you can do that. So long as you have advantage on your roll, you get sneak attack bonus. And because you are an assassin, any creature that has not acted yet for the round, you get advantage on. So they can totally see. Sneak attack, honestly, is almost a little bit of a dated word for your class. Because they can be in full perception of you and completely know that you're there. So long as they haven't done anything yet, you get advantage. And then you fuck them up, basically.
Perfect. Then I would like to fuck them up.
Okay, sure. You're just gonna... You want it the one that's closer to the center of the pack, we'll say, or one that's on the outskirts of the 4 behemoths?
Let's do the one that's on the outskirts so I don't sandwich myself.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll me in acrobatics. By the way, these things are about 8 feet tall. They're fairly huge.
Oh, they're pretty big. Okay.
They're large.
I got an 8 plus 9, 17.
Yeah, absolutely. That was for your acrobatics, right?
Yeah, that was for acrobatics, correct.
Fantastic. You do a quick flip out of the tree. Funny enough, it doesn't interrupt your acrobatics at all, but you notice the limb of the tree that you're standing afterwards and does break. So you don't feel that the trees are super steady. Again, it doesn't affect your turn at all, but that's just something you note. Future times.
The trees suck.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't have eaten all those hardtack crackers.
You feel self-conscious, but it's okay. You only take half damage if you use Uncanny Dodge. All right, so give me a to-hit roll. The thing you're attacking has not acted, so you get advantage.
Okay, I've got 13.
If you guys want to see some bullshit, prepare to watch what is about to happen.
Oh, you couldn't have said it better because the first roll was a 13, but my second roll with advantage was a nat 20.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't even matter. You will crit this person no matter what. So hit them, and the 20 could have been just a normal hit. Go ahead. So now what you do is you roll double your d6s. So for sneak attack alone, that is 6d6. And then whatever your weapon is, double that as well.
Okay, so I do 66s plus, I'm using my dagger, so it's a d4 plus 3.
You can
so-
use a different weapon if you want to. You don't have to use a dagger. If you have your rapier or anything like that, you can do that if you want.
Yeah, I had my daggers out though, like in my hand. So I feel like
Okay, sure.
if I changed it now, it would be a bit of a shit move.
Sure.
Okay, so
So if-
66, and
Correct,
then I'll
so-
worry about the daggers.
Yep. Let me quickly ask as well. Are you attacking with both daggers? Bam, bam. Kind of quick
Yes,
succession.
I do have both daggers out.
Okay, so that was for your first one. You don't get sneak attack on both of them, but you can roll your second dagger. That is its own hit roll, but you can roll that now if you would like. You don't get bonuses when you're attacking with it. I think unless you have 2-weapon fighting. Do you have that ability? Let me take a look.
Didn't even know where to look for that. Yes, I do. Actions in combat, 2-weapon fighting.
Ah, okay. Well then... You do get your bonus for that. So it's just like attacking like normal. So never mind. Or, wait, hold on, sorry. No, you do not. This is the ability to allow you to attack with the 2 weapons at the same time.
Oh.
There is a separate feat that I was looking for.
Okay.
I don't think you have it. So basically, all that means is the second attack that you do, you don't add any bonuses to the d20. You just roll a d20 straight. See if you hit.
Okay, I just rolled a 19.
Yeah, that'll hit. Perfect. So for the first attack, you go double damage, sneak attack, double damage on your dagger, and then another dagger. So that would be like 3d4, I think. How much is a dagger? Yeah,
A dagger is
3d4.
1d4 plus 3.
Yep, so you would do 3d4 total, 6d6, and then it would be a total of plus 6 after.
Okay.
Lots of numbers. Don't worry, I'll help you with it.
Okay, 3d4. We'll start with that.
Yeah, go there. Now you see why people have so many dice. So you can do this all literally at the same time.
2, 3, and 3.
First- I feel like I'm in the kitchen at the sushi restaurant right now, just watching the chef and sharpening the knives.
Yep.
All right, so 2, 3, and 3. So that's
Uh-huh.
8
Yep.
plus 6 is 14.
Yep. 8 plus 6, 14 so far. Now roll 6d6.
Okay.
I highly encourage you to buy more dice. This is going to be a regular occurrence. Just so you know.
I mean, I have like a whole other bag of like 5 other sets of dice, but they're just not as nice as these ones.
That goes
Cobra
for
got me these.
everybody.
These are my favorite.
Everybody should buy more dice. Just
I
so
want
you
to buy
know.
some amethyst ones, but then they also have like the meteor dice. I have
Yeah.
like 17 sets of dice saved in my Etsy cart right now.
Buy a few of them at least. You're all going to need.
Okay, so now 6d6s.
Yep.
Got a 6. Got a 1.
7. Mm-hmm.
Got a 5.
12.
Got a 3.
That is 15.
Got a 6.
That is 21.
Got a 2.
Okay, that is 23. So 23 plus 8 is 31. Plus 6 is 37. You did 37 points of damage. Keep in mind, those are with daggers, which are literally the worst damage item in the game. You cannot have a worse damage item than daggers.
Oh, I
I'm just
should have
gonna
pulled out my
throw that out
rapier
there.
instead. I should have done it.
Just letting you know. That's 37.
Doesn't she get 7
um,
damage for style points and consistency with the choices beforehand?
Listen, bro, rogues
Sticking
do
the
not need
landing and all?
any. They need fucking zero amounts of help when it comes to
Class
when it
balance.
comes to deal. Yeah, no, they're good.
Okay.
They are good. So you did 37 damage, right? All right, perfect. Awesome. Now we will go ahead to Nigel, who is running away, and it is Ribbon's turn. Ribbons hears the sound of combat and pulls the sleeping bag from off of his head. He goes, "Oh. What is he going to do? I never play this class. I have no clue on."
Ooh.
Oh.
I love ribbons.
This seems really good. Ribbons is going to extend his claws into the air, and he wiggles his fingers, little strands of blue and violet light and green light sort of weaving in between. And he throws it up into the air almost as if it's like a net in a way. And... Okay, they need to do dexterity saving throws. 2 at a time. So these are for the 2 that you guys have attacked so far. And for the other 2. Great. They all failed. So you see this light sort of almost cascade and fall onto the ground like a powder. And all 4 of the zombies are now sort of illuminated in a magical dust that makes it much easier to see them and much easier to basically keep track of in this darkness. All of them, all of the creatures now, all the zombies, you guys will have advantage to attacks against them. There you go. So he gives you advantage. All of your attack rolls against them now have advantage.
Thanks,
while the spell
Ribbons.
is still active.
That's awesome.
Does that mean what I think it means for me?
Yes, it does. So it's pretty goddamn good.
It's a good buff.
It is called Fairy Fire, if you'd like to know.
Oh.
I love that.
There you go.
It's also a WoW.
right.
Sounds like a delicious beverage.
Now, everybody roll for initiative, because we're going into normal combat rounds. Your surprise round is over.
6.
Okay, 1 second.
11 for me.
22.
Make sure you're adding your initiative bonus as well.
Oh,
Ribbons got an 18.
Oh shit. Okay, so it. Wait, is that intuition? Initiative. Oh, +3. Okay, 9.
Okay, 9. Perfect. And then these zombies. Oh, doing pretty good actually.
I don't like hearing that. That's not nice.
And the other 2. Okay, let me sort these out real quick, guys. This is the management of D&D. Getting combat initiative roll tracking correct.
What is the order of the bites?
Yeah, it is important. Alrighty. Got that. Let me just tidy this up a little bit. Alrighty. Call, you are the first to go. What would you like to do?
I will do a scythe bite again.
Alrighty, sounds good. Give me the rolls.
Alright, so
Did the-
since Ribbons gave
same
advantage,
He did give advantage, so all 3 of your attacks, you get to roll 2d20 and take the...
okay. This is attack 1. Hit. 5 plus 6 is 11. Or 13 plus 6 is 19.
Okay, that's a hit.
Roll number 2 to hit. 18 plus 6. It hits.
Okay, but
Yes.
you might be able to crit, so it's always good to do it just in case.
No, it was a 1.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll keep the hit and then your bite.
2 plus 6 is 8. 2 plus 6 is 8.
Okay, so the bite is going to miss, but the 2 scythe attacks will hit.
They were gross anyway.
They are. And they are very, very gross.
1d12
And you're
plus
attacking
4.
you're attacking the same one, correct?
Affirmative.
Fantastic. So, oh, and you know what? I think we didn't add in last time. And we'll fix this afterwards to make this a little easier for you. When you rage, you get +2 melee damage. So we'll go ahead and add 4 to that last one. So
Sorry.
essentially, your attack is d12 +1 +3 +2
So plus 6. It's 1d12 plus
Yeah.
6.
while you're raging. Only while you're raging, though. But yeah.
Strongest bird.
Mm.
So I'll roll
Amen.
1d12.
Mm-hmm.
Is 8 plus 6 is 14.
Okay.
4 plus 6 is 10.
Okay, so we have 24 damage total, yeah?
Yes.
Fantastic. You, once again, cleave your scythe into these creatures. This time you start hacking away at its stomach and chest as you slash in and essentially cleave out a giant hole, creating a cavity for carnage and guts to spew out. This blackened ichor, a mixture of intestines and dead other creatures that have been living in its body start to spew out of it. It smells amazing.
Amazingly shit.
It smells horrible. It, in fact, smells the worst. Fantastic. Are you moving anywhere, or did you like to do anything else?
No, I think if I moved, it would get an attack of opportunity, right?
If you move away from it, it will, yes.
Then I will stand.
Alrighty, sounds good. It is Ribbon's turn.
Go, Ribbons, go! Go, Ribbons, go! It's an internal monologue. I'm really rooting for Ribbons.
What the heck is he gonna do? He is going to do a spell called yeah, he's gonna do Word of Radiance. That seems appropriate. How does this work exactly? Do they get any save? They do get a save. Okay, fantastic. I will roll for each of them. He starts to mutter some words once again behind his breath, and you see light almost begin to spill out of his mouth and into the air as it, in a sudden flash, sort of blinds the area in a quick, like flash of holy light. And they... Okay, 2 of them succeed the save, but 2 of them fail. And they take... that much damage to that one. And... that much damage to that one. Fantastic. It seems like the light specifically does quite well against these creatures, as it burns the flesh from the 2 zombies that were affected. You can see it almost searing off in like a blast of force, affecting the 2 that you have been attacking so far. So Call and Mendax, your 2 targets that you've attacked. But that's his turn. Next, it is some of the zombies get to go. The one that you did a bunch of damage to, Mendax, you see, give me a perception roll, actually.
Ooh. Nat 20.
Okay, you see very well.
I finally saw something.
It wasn't that hard to see, but you specifically see this one. You see some of the lumps of flesh and carnage on the ground from these zombies begin to worm their way back towards the creatures and start to almost be reabsorbed into their bodies, closing up some of the wounds you guys have done already. Not all of them, but some of them. Their wounds look less severe. Okay.
Can
that
I call
zombie...
out what I see? Can I call
Yes.
out what I see?
Yeah, sure.
Oi! The bodies are healing themselves. The shit is coming back together.
Kill it with fire.
We may need to burn them. Burning could be good.
I'm still running. Get that shit away from me.
Can I yell at him as a movement action?
Yelling is a free action, so long as it's not too many words.
Nigel, I don't know what tree you're hiding behind, but we could use some firepower.
That is fine. We'll see if Nigel continues to run away on his turn. Coming up soon. Mendax, one of the zombies, the one that you attacked, is try and hit you, and Call, the 2 of them are going to try and hit you. The one that you've been attacking and one that is next to him. The other one is not going to go yet. Mendax, we'll do your attacks first. It sort of lumbers towards you with its hands, and it looks like it swipes twice, and then goes in to try to take a chunk with a bite. What is your armor class?
14.
14. One of the swipes will miss, one of them will hit, and the bite will land as well. It will do a total of... 17 damage.
Cunning dodge.
You can. Are you going to use your uncanny dodge?
Yes, I would like to use my... Wait, can I only use it once a day?
No,
Or is it every time?
You're playing the most broken class in the game. You can do it.
I'm going to uncanny
all
dodge
the
the fuck
time.
out of that. I would
You can do it, I
very
think,
much
once
like-
per. I think it's your bonus action. You can use your reaction. Yes, that's your reaction. So yes, so long as something hasn't taken your reaction already, you get to do it.
Okay, then uncanny dodge, please.
All right, you half the damage. You take. It is round down normally, so you take 8 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, she iframes. It's fucking so broken. So broken. And she actually, I will be honest with you, Menex, you're not even like full power min-maxing your rogue. Like you could do, like you get a free dash every turn. I don't know if you know that, or you could literally just leave. Like you could just never
I knew
almost
that at
take
one point,
damage
but I forget about it all
at
the
any
time.
point if you want to. It's so busted. So busted. Okay. Anyways, I mean I love rogues, but they're very good. Call. It is your turn to get hit. So what is your armor class, my friend?
7 fucking 10.
7 fucking teen. One of them going for the claw bite. The claw and bite will hit, and the second one going for a similar claw bite. And again, claw and bite hit. You guys are fighting tougher monsters now. It's not going to be so easy to avoid all damage. All right. You will take a total of 44 damage.
That's more than half my health.
Yeah.
That buster hit must be pretty good if they're chunking a 17 that much.
Yep. Okay. But you're still up. You're still alive. You're still there. So no need to be too worried yet. Nigel, it is your turn. The terror recedes from your mind, and you gain control of your faculties.
And now that I'm in a logical state of mind, I'm seeing zombie chunks wriggle back together, and one of them looked like he almost broke Carl in one hit. I'm seriously considering continuing to run because some of us tried to hide like intelligent people, and other people decided to attack giant mother trucking zombies. Fine. I'll run. I'll walk back over, jog back over towards the fight, so I can get a little closer.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, apparently 17 armor class isn't enough. We're gonna cast haste on Carl.
Okay. Sounds good. God damn. Sounds great.
Quickest burn. Thickest burn.
All right. So, I focus. I give you speed. I give you strength. And oh shit, yeah.
You know
You're
it.
gonna be flexing. You're
We
gonna be
hasted.
flexing soon.
We hasted up in
You're
these
gonna-
zombies.
I'm outsourcing my combat. I no longer am the firebolt one trick. I am here to make you stronger so you can chop things for me.
Give me some of that wizard juice.
Nice.
So what do I
All
get?
right, so you get it's what for, right?
It's what, 16 turns?
12 turns. So +2 AC, advantage on dex saving throws, just double speed, and additional action on each turn.
Yeah.
What was the speed one? Double speed? Super speed?
Yeah.
In additional action, does that mean I get to repeat my whole hit cycle?
Just one attack.
Just one of them. Okay.
One
Yes.
one weapon attack. Dash, disengage, hide, use an object. Just a standard single one, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so you moved and you cast that spell. Fantastic. Nigel, anything else you want to do?
Look disappointed. That's about it.
Okay, fair enough. Mendex, your turn.
Yeah. I got an 10.
You get advantage on your attack roll.
Oh,
because
that's
of
right.
the-
I forgot.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I got a net 20.
It doesn't even matter. Remember, it straight up doesn't even matter for. Because so long as you hit them with that advantage, if you have advantage and you hit, you get you crit them. Okay. Are you using your daggers still?
No, I would have pulled out my rapier on the ground. Daggers are only
Okay.
for overhead strikes.
Okay, sounds good. So you're using your rapier for that attack, let's say, and are you attacking with a second weapon?
I feel like I probably just would have only had my rapier out. I don't know that I would have been able to put away two. Yeah, I think I would just shove them and pull one out. Yeah.
You would definitely have two weapons.
Okay, then I
If
still
you
kept
want
one.
to. Unless there's a specific reason you don't want. You would certainly be able to do
No, the only reason I just don't want to OP it too hard. But yeah, fine. I've got one dagger and a rapier.
I'm not pulling any punches. You guys
You
go
know
for
what?
it.
That's
You don't
true.
have to
That's
either.
true. I do have my two-handed combat thing that allows me to do it, so I'm going to do it. One dagger and a rapier.
Yeah. I mean, I could have reminded Call that he gets half damage on most damage types. But
Hey!
he didn't remember that, so that's on him.
What's that from?
It's from your rage. It's been a part of your class for the entire game.
Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta remember these things. You gotta remember these things. It's okay. You're not. I wouldn't let it like kill you or something. But just keep that in mind. I can't remember everything about your guys' classes. You gotta help me out.
Resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Just basically all damage that's not magic.
Oh,
Just so you know.
not
You're
the
raging.
not the smartest bird.
Okay. Lots to remember. Lots to remember. I gotta start not pulling punches and have you guys by necessity. I'm going to die otherwise. Yeah. It's all good. Alright, so you hit with your rapier and you're now gonna do an attack with daggers. Your bonus is to hit for that one, but you do get advantage still. So there you go.
Disadvantage. Okay, so an 8 and a 9 on the dagger.
Total, right?
Total.
Okay. Dagger is gonna miss.
Oh wait, no, we get the +6 and plus whatever, right?
You don't
No, we
get
don't.
any
No, we
bonuses
don't.
on your second weapon. Yeah, on your
So,
second
no.
weapon, no. Yeah, okay,
So, no.
perfect. So your rapier, it does crit, once again, because you hit a creature that you have advantage for. So 6d6 plus whatever your weapon is, you double whatever your weapon roll is. So if it's a d8, you roll 2d8.
Yes, 2. So it's a D8 plus 3.
Okay, so it would be 2d8 plus 6d6 plus 3.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2D8, a 1. Thanks so much, and a 6.
Okay,
So plus 3, so 10,
alrighty.
and
10,
then
and then what do we got? 6d6.
yes, a 4, a 5,
14, 19,
a 6,
that's
a
25,
4,
29,
a 1,
30,
and a 5.
35. Fantastic. You feel as though this thing didn't regain any health. It would have probably killed it. However, it did regain a little bit of its. So that's unfortunate.
Bitch.
So she didn't kill him.
Not yet. It's still standing. But you have carved off quite a lot of hunks of meat from this creature that have splashed and slooped upon the ground.
Gross.
Yeah, it's not great.
Can I dash away
Oh.
now?
Yes, you can. So, your extra action that you get here is called Cunning Action. You can take a bonus action on each of your turns to dash, disengage, or hide. So, if you want my recommendation for you, you would
Yes.
disengage, which lets you get out of combat. It lets you move 5 feet without taking an attack of opportunity. Then you still haven't used your move action, so you can just move away.
That's what I would like to do then.
You can do that. Fantastic. Where would you like to? Where are you going?
I want to make sure that I'm positioning myself in between the zombies and wherever Nigel and or Ribbons are.
Yeah. So if we're looking at this like a clock again, 12 o'clock, that's where the zombies are, and call 6 o'clock, that's where Ribbons, 7, what did I say? 4 o'clock, rather, that's where
4.
Ribbons is at. And Nigel is entering from, we'll say, like the 9, 10 o'clock area.
Okay, then I'm not going to go directly in front of either of them. I'm going to try to put myself in the middle of them, just so in case any of the zombies start lumbering in those directions, I can cut them off.
That sounds great. You do so. It tries to reach out to attack you, but you're too nimble. You're able to...
I flip it off.
Sure, absolutely. Give me a
Is that
roll.
moving? To flip it off? Let's go.
Yeah.
A 13.
You feel like if it had feelings, it would be very hurt. That's intrinsic. You don't need to share that with anyone. That's just for you. Okay, it is the second zombie's turn, and as there's only one person in its range now, it will call as well. Call. What is your armor class?
19.
Nice.
Hasted.
All right, and it only manages to hit bite this time, which does 6 piercing damage.
Carl, in that moment, would feel the shadow, the demon soul that's within him, as something that permeates his body, kind of like part of his blood. And when he felt this, he could tell that the demon soul's fate was tied with his own, and that its survival was not affected by piercing damage, bludgeoning damage. What's that? It's a shadow. And I take less. I'm resistant to it.
Yes, so being resistant to damage means you take half. So if you took 3, you would... if you took 6, you would instead take 3.
3 is better than 6 when you're taking damage.
It is 50% less. Fantastic. Top of the round. Call. Take it away.
Alright. I'm thankful for the fairy fire. We have advantage on everything.
Yes, you do.
This customer who's directly in front of me, I would like to scythe bite.
You have 3 sights you can do if you want.
Scythe bite.
Okay.
Triple scythe bite.
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
First hit. 11 plus 6, 17. Or 14 plus 6, 20.
Okay, that's a hit.
13 plus 6 is 19.
Okay.
5 plus 6 is 11.
All right, that's still a hit.
2 scythe hits. 4 plus 6 is 10. 4 plus 6 is 10.
That's a miss.
Bite. 10 plus 6 is 16. 2 plus 6 is 8.
Okay, so that's going to be a hit for that one as well. If you want to roll the damage, you can, but the zombie in front of you in a whirlwind of slashes will die purely from the bonus damage. So if you don't want to roll, you don't have to. But if you want to see how much damage you do, you can.
I would like to slice so hard through it that it just basically bursts.
You do so, and in a shower of gore, it spreads throughout the camp. Literally raining down pus-filled nodules on the ground and your friends. As well as you.
Hasted bird.
Good job.
I like
It
haste.
slumps to the ground. And basically strewn in half and cut many a times. All right. It's Ribbon's turn. Sorry, I have to look at the spells every time because I don't know what he can
Go,
do.
Ribbons, go. Go, Ribbons, go.
I like that everything is like very light. There's lots of light coming out with all of his magics. I'm enjoying it. Bit of a fireworks show.
Yes. He will do Jesus, there's so many options. Sorry.
The huge zombie has a spell book with 14 pages and an appendix.
Because a lot of the ways that this class works is it's just a lot of their spells you cast them at higher levels. So it's a matter of seeing like which ones you want to do. Yeah, that looks good. He will use one of his level 3 spells and cast Cure Wounds on you, Call. Or no, he won't, because he has to touch you to do that, and he doesn't want to die.
Oh! I forgot to take a bonus action.
Okay. What is that?
Can I drink my greater healing potion?
Yeah, you can drink it.
Okay. I would like to do so.
Okay, sure. Glug, glug, glug.
What is a greater healing potion worth?
That was... I think I had you guys write it down.
4d4 plus 4.
There you go. 4d4 plus 4.
It's on the D&D Beyond.
Fantastic. Thank you, D&D Beyond.
1, 3 up to 4, 3 up to 7, 1 up to 8, plus 4 is 12 healing points recovered.
Woohoo! Fantastic. Sounds good. The Ribbons will go ahead and cast Healing Word. And that will heal. $14 points of damage. So he heals you for 14 points. He extends his hands again, and little rings of light kind of appear around his scraggly fingers and blackened sharp nails. And they sort of float out, culminating into a ball of sorts, and dissipate when they hit you. Call, you feel very good.
Damn, it feels good to be a Kenku.
Absolutely. All right, it is the zombies' turns. Once again, the only zombie that's taken damage is the one that Mendax has hit. Some of the flesh and gore off the ground begins to culminate and slither its way back into this creature. Both of them will attack you, Call. So you got that plus, so it's still 19, yeah?
As long as I'm hasted.
All right. Okay, we'll hit its claw and bite. And the second one only hits its bite. So that will be this much. It'd be 30 points of damage total.
But we have resistance because we have the power of the demons.
So it would be 15.
Not so bad. You could
It's
say
kind
it
of
gets,
important to have that ability, isn't it?
it gets better against the things that hit very hard.
It does, absolutely.
We get that value. Oh.
Big value. You just have to be careful about things that do magic damage. It's the only thing you really should watch out for. Fantastic. Nigel, it is your
Nigel, don't hit me with the fire.
Yeah, you don't get any resistance.
Fire. Oh, okay. Burning hand, fireball, burning hands. Ice knife, ice explosion. Oh, okay. They're all standing how close to Carl?
They're all crowding around him in melee range.
Well, you know what? There's not too much I can do here. All of my powerful spells are not. I'm just gonna catapult. So I'm gonna pull a rock out. We're just gonna try and bludgeon these things to death.
Sure, absolutely. One thing you can do, keep in mind, and I'm not saying you should do this now, but just so that you have this in the future. Basically, all of your spells can also target a point on the ground that you choose. So if it's an AoE spell and you target it 15 feet away, and it just clips them in. It'll only get whatever AoE damage. That's just so you know. I think catapult's a great option, though.
So, obviously, I did want to get some practice with Fireball. I'm not sure if I want my first one to be cast while he's like that. Now, Fireball is, I believe there's no to hit roll.
Fireball? No. Fireball is you just do it, and then it's a dexterity save from everybody that's in the Inferno.
Okay. So there's no chance of me missing that and burning Carl's face off, right? If I'm conservative with where I place it.
You could always roll a 1.
I could always roll
I guess not. I guess not. You can't roll. No, I
because I'm not rolling,
no
right? There's nothing to roll for. So...
You've duped me on this one, Nigel. You've got me there. Yes, we'll say you will be able to clip 2 of them. You won't be able to get all 3. The way that they're kind of going in a circle, there's no way to AoE all of them while they're so close to one of your friends. If your objective is to make sure Call doesn't get hit.
Absolutely. No. If I had to even only get 1, I'd probably do that.
Okay.
But
sure.
If I can try to get 2,
we'll say you can get 2.
I'll aim for 2. And
don't say I didn't do you any favors.
If you weren't hiding, you could have gotten the opener.
Wizards getting the opener, very strong move, let me tell you.
All right, let's throw a fireball then, shall we?
Let's do it. Fireball,
right.
Fireball rather. Okay, it's a 20-foot radius, or is that a diameter?
20-foot radius sphere.
That is fucking huge that you are doing, just so you know. Okay, explain how this happens. What do you do? Fireball is like classic. I'm curious what does Nigel do to conjure up such a spell of destruction?
Well, I raise my wand in my right hand and my left hand as well, and you can tell that I'm a little bit tense because I obviously understand that accuracy is of paramount of importance. And if I missed with a firebolt in the old days, there weren't too many consequences. But I'm very much focused on that one point on the ground where I've kind of actually counted out the distance of it and very conservatively hoping to fry the backs of these zombies without getting Carl caught in the radius. I'm going to raise my wand.
Yeah.
And remember, swish and flick. Wingardium Fiboriosa. And
sure, you send essentially a pearl-sized concentrated ball of flame out. It would have to be at least like, what would it be, like 40 feet over, kind of straight and to the right, we'll say. It looks very unassuming. It almost just like looks like you tossed this in a way. As it touches the ground, it literally almost looks like it just explodes outwards in a force of destruction that you have not seen for quite some time. As literally a radius of 40 feet in a circle around this thing is turned into oblivion and ash, a pillar of flames that rises from the ground. The night sky is lit up in that moment, and all trees, foliage, and any potential materials that could have been out there. Hopefully you didn't hit any of your equipment. I'll go ahead and say that you didn't hit anything that you guys left behind for this one, but keep in mind in the future, that is certainly a possibility. As essentially a pillar of flame erupts from the ground. Go ahead and roll damage. And while you do that, I will roll their dexterity saves. What is the save that they need to try to hit? Nigel.
14.
14. They do not do so. They will be taking full damage.
They don't seem very dexterous as big meat things.
Zombies usually are not. They usually are pretty bad.
6, 5, 3, 2, 3, and 4. 6. Is it 6d6s? 8d6s. 8d6 fire damage on a failed save. Jesus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have to continue the
3
work.
and 1. Okay. So the first one takes 11 plus 5 is 16.
You just do the damage, like 1 total, and that's what hits everybody.
Oh, it hits both? Okay, cool.
Yep.
11 plus 5, 16, 19, 23, plus 4, 27 damage.
27 damage. Just again, imagine that. Literally a diameter of 40 feet. A huge, like, massive circle of flame. Okay, amazing. 20. You said 27? How much did you say?
Yep, 27 damage.
Which means that as a
Alright.
player, his effective damage was double then, because he did that twice.
Yeah.
That's the power of AoE.
Yep. Alrighty, fantastic. The zombie that Mendax was originally attacking falls to the ground, sort of like bubbling and crisping as this flame and fire literally incinerates the back of this creature. It's like you seared a piece of rotten meat. The other one takes a substantial amount of damage. You can see flame erupting on the back of it as this like fatty flesh ignites, almost fueling itself. Good stuff.
Oh, Nigel's having a cookout.
Yeah. Mendax, your turn.
Okay, so the zombie that was closest to me is now double deceased.
Oh, sorry to cut you off, Mendax. Can I also, with my bonus action, tell Goop to go heal Carl?
Yes, you can.
Sorry, I forget that. I was a wizard. I'm not used to also being the healing designator, and I kind of suck at my job. I'm sorry, guys. I'm the workplace safety officer, and I kind of have been dropping that. So, Goop, go heal Carl.
Sure. It walks over to call.
Wow.
It is gender neutral, my friend. Live in 2021.
I feel like it's a little boy though.
It's a
Doesn't
golem.
it still have its little cravat or whatever it is?
Yeah, it has its ascot.
Yeah.
Girls don't tend to wear ascots though.
Maybe this one does. Who knows? It is also a machine, so it does not have a gender. But you call Goop whatever you'd like. Walks over to Call and takes out that I think that essentially music canister is still inserted into its head. It does its little shimmy dance that it does. And Call, you heal for 3 damage. You heal 3.
Worth. Thank you, Nigel. And thank you, Goop.
Goop just looks at you with its cold, dead glass eyes. Mendax, it is your turn.
Okay. What I would like to do then is I would like to attack or jump forward and attack whichever zombie is closest to Carl.
Okay. There's a zombie that has taken fire damage, and there's a... Would you like to hit? They're both literally right on top of Carl.
The one that's taken fire damage. I'll go for
Okay,
that
sounds good. Yeah, absolutely.
one. Alright. So I got a 16 and an 18.
Okay, both of the 18 certainly will hit.
Yes.
And you're attacking still with your dagger as well, yeah?
Correct, right. So I'm going to be rolling for the dagger now. Mother dick. It's a 3.
You get advantage.
Oh, hell yeah. Come on. Don't fuck
Fairy
me on
fire.
this dagger. Fuck balls. It's a 5.
Okay, well, the 5 won't hit, but the first attack will, and automatic crit once again. Go ahead
Okay.
and roll 2d8, 66, and a plus 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
plus 3,
no,
sorry.
plus 3. Yeah, plus 3.
Okay, so for the d8s, it's a 2 and a 3 plus 3, so an 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then 66, we have 5, a 6, a 6, a 2, a 5, and a 3.
So I think that's 35 damage. Fantastic. All right.
We're showing bigger numbers than when we're level 4.
Well, you guys are kind of hitting the synergistic strides, if you will. party's coming together. Yeah, you stab through essentially the back of this creature and sort of wrench the rapier down to try to do as much destructive damage as possible. You see the curled, rotten flesh, crisped slightly, with a almost sickly sweet sort of smell as it's burning. You see maggots sort of begin to pour out and catch flame as they fall and hit the ground, like little pieces of sparking ash. Fantastic. It's the other zombie's turn.
Ooh, fireflies.
Wait, can I disengage, please?
Yes. Yeah. Disengage,
Disengage
and
again.
you want to move and do that whole thing, you can.
Yes, just going to disengage and move back just so it can't hit me.
Sure. Fantastic. The other zombie will, being that it's the only target that's there. Call with the 19. You only take damage from its bite. It opens its massive jaw, almost snake-like, as it's unhinged in strange ways. It's missing teeth, and lots of them are rotted. You take 5 piercing damage.
Divided by 2. Rounded down.
Indeed. So you would take 2.
Goop healed more than that.
Oh, was that not enough damage? You wanted it to do a little more damage?
This is the haste. I'm just grateful.
This is the haste.
It's a very good
Absolutely.
spell. He could have cast
Haste.
any spell.
Haste is fucking very good.
19 armor class is nothing to scoff at.
Awesome. Claw, it's your turn. Back to the top of the round.
Well, I guess I get a scythe bite.
Okay, which one would you like to scythe by?
Which
There's
one?
the one that's been flamed up and stabbed by Mendax. You saw the rapier poking through the other side of its chest. And then there's one that's not been touched yet.
Let's get the one that's already fucked up.
Okay. I will let you know, and again, this is completely your call if you'd like to. You can always split attacks. So you don't always have to use all your attacks on one guy if you don't want to.
I did not even know that.
You can.
I'll put a scythe on the one that's already messed up, and then
Okay.
I'll put a scythe bite on the other one.
Sounds good. Let's do scythe first, and then we'll do scythe bite second.
With advantage, 12 plus 6 is 18.
Mm-hmm.
11 plus 6 is 17.
Okay, so that's for your one roll there, because remember you have advantage.
Yep, that's
that's
the
a hit.
first scythe. Second
Yep,
scythe.
hit.
4 plus 6, 10. 13 plus 6, 19.
Okay, you will get 2 hits on that first guy.
Rolling a d12.
Okay.
3, and then I have plus 4. Oh no, plus 6 each swing. 3 plus 6
Yep.
is 9.
If you're raging. Yep.
Then the next one, 4 plus 6 is 10.
So 19 total, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good. Alrighty. And go ahead and do your scythe bite on the other guy. The zombie that you attacked is still standing, but it looks as if it's on its last legs.
Good. First scythe hit. 8 plus 6 is 14. 10 plus 6 is 16.
Okay, that'll hit.
Bite to hit.
Mm-hmm.
10 plus 6 is 16. 7 plus 6 is worse.
Okay, so you will hit both. So.
D12 plus 6 for the scythe.
Mm-hmm.
1 plus 6 is 7.
Okay.
Bite. 1d8 plus 3. 7 plus 3 is 10.
Plus 2 because you're raging.
7 plus 5 is 12.
Fantastic. Sounds great. Alrighty. Yeah, you deal quite a lot of damage. As flurry of attacks using not only your unnatural barbarian speed, to attack twice in one turn, but also magically attuned. It almost looks as if you're a blur of movement as you slash out at these hulking monstrosities, clawing and biting, slicing with your sight. How much health do you have total right now, Mr. Call?
36.
Okay. Ribbons will go ahead and he will cast his healing word again on you using a level 3 spot. So that is going to heal you for 9 damage. Not as much this time, but still pretty good. So you heal for 9. Same situation where light sort of emanates from around his fingers and coalesces into an orb that travels over to you and sort of engulfs your form for a moment in light as your wounds all suddenly become less severe.
Is there a particular word that he says?
He's sort of mumbling. You can't really hear him.
It's a good word. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ribbons.
All right, the zombie that took that fire damage, once again, the flesh writhing and regenerating on this form, still looking quite bad, though, mind you, is going to go for some attacks against you, Call. And manages to only hit the bite. Once again, these guys are really fond of that bite, let me tell you. He will deal 9 damage of piercing damage. 9 piercing damage.
So I take 4.
You do take 4. And with that, it is Nigel's turn.
It was third watch, so it's probably almost dawn, right?
It was third watch. It is probably, dawn? No, it's not almost dawn, because you guys were going to start off at 6 in the morning. We'll say that it is... It won't be dawn for another couple of hours. The light won't come out for another couple of hours.
Okay. How many zombies are left standing? 2?
2. One of them looks
Right.
real bad, and one of them looks not so great, but still kind of okay.
All right, we're gonna try out the new and upgraded Firebolt for the first time, which I am so excited. It's a classic, but it's a goodie. And now that I am level 6, I think that was level 5 technically, but we got 2 level ups in one.
Mm-hmm.
I do a D10, well, 2 D10s rather than 1 D10. So where is my D10? No, that's a D12. Found it. 2 times 5. That's a D10. All right, so I think I need to roll to hit on Firebolt first, though, actually. So, because Firebolt is, on a hit. So it's a hit with +6.
Okay. You do have advantage because of the fairy fire.
17 + 6, 23. I imagine that's a hit.
Yes, but you can crit, so you should always try again.
Oh, right. Just in case. 2, so no. We'll take the first.
But yes, you're going to hit the first one.
All right. So we rolled a 9 and a 0, which is a 10, I believe. So that's
That is a
19.
10. And you're doing this to the one that took some fire damage already?
Yeah, I'm trying to pile on the bruised up one.
Okay, and pile on you do as your tried and tested bolt of flame. It whizzes through and passes through the zombie's head, its brain smoking and incinerating in its path. You sort of see this perfect shaped hole, husk of this zombie's head as it falls to the ground, collapsing under its own weight.
Does it smell better or worse with the fire? Like, because I know it was pretty overpowering when they first arrived.
The fireball cleared out a lot of It was almost like a Febreze bomb, if you will, in that it just basically incinerated all the bad smells. It has been starting to repopulate from their disgusting demeanor, but I guess the fire helps a little bit.
Yeah. All right. I don't really have a one-liner, something about a fiery enema or something. I don't know. So I'm just gonna kind of look proud of myself and kind of nod.
Fantastic. Kill Stealer. Big claps. Big snaps. Anything else you would like to do, Nigel?
Yes. Goop. Activate new ability. Help Carl / do things.
Okay, you want to use the thing that you had not used?
Yeah, since like episode 7 or whenever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. He takes the like cone-shaped record out of his head, puts it back into his chest cavity, and grabs the other one out, putting it on top of its head. It does a very similar but slightly different song. Beep bop bop beep bop 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 beep bop bop bop. Call. You can add 1d4 to one of a hit roll or check that you take within the next minute. At your choice.
I would understand Goop's positive message that he was sending to me and feel a little bit better about the next moves.
Yep. And he stands there.
Not bad. Good job, Goop. Good job. I'm proud of you, buddy.
He doesn't respond or say anything. Fantastic. Mendax, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to keep jumping forward to the final zombie. A bit of a stabby stab.
Okay. The last one remaining. Stab away.
First one is a 14 plus 6. And an 11 plus 6. So 20 would be the highest for the rapier.
Okay. Yep, that is going to hit for sure.
Okay, and then for the dagger with no pluses, is a 15 and a 13, so a 15.
That will hit.
Boom! Finally hitting with both again.
Okay. So
Okay,
do your broken crit one, and then do your whole...
I don't like to think of it as broken. I like to think of it as just
broken.
perfect.
No, it's broken. It's definitely broken.
Okay, so 2d8 plus 3 first. We'll do. So a 6 and an 8 plus 3. So 17.
Okay.
And then 6 d6s. Got a 6, a 2, a 6, a 1, a 3, and a 4.
And then you said 17 for the other damage.
Correct.
Okay, and is that all the damage?
That's all of it for the rapier.
Okay, go ahead and add in your dagger.
Alright, so the dagger is just 1d4 plus 3.
No pluses, because you just
Oh, okay.
straight up D4.
1d4. Just smashing it.
Smashing
it's
it
a
in.
solid 1.
Nice.
Nicked him.
Rounds it up to an even 40. Awesome. Good job. And are you going to do your same disengage, run away?
Again, yes, disengage.
Nice.
Sorry, I don't want to take the hits.
No, that's perfect. You're playing this is how rogues are done. You're doing a good job. All right. Yes, you deal quite a lot of damage to this guy. You notice that some of the hunks of flesh sort of almost gravitate, magnet almost back down to him as he takes his turn right after yours, and it again seems to regenerate some of its lost masses, and yeah, regenerates a little bit of the damage that you did, but sure. It's gonna try to attack Call. Its singular mind only sees the bird, and he will do his best to kill him. Oh my god, he hit with 2 attacks. This is insane. He hit with his claws and his bite, which is going to deal 19 points of damage. So he brings down his extremely heavy hand, sort of just rending at the feathers on your chest, and then just kind of swoops his head in strange speed and accuracy, taking a chunk out of your shoulder.
Ooh.
So 19 piercing and slashing damage.
Carl, being so tough and filled with the power of the demon soul, would take 9. Rounding down.
What's that? Sorry, you cut out there.
Carl would take 9 because you're rounding
Yes.
down.
Yep, you got it.
32 of 71 HP.
And just keep in mind, most of that was the 44.
It was a 44 what?
It was that 44 straight damage you take in the very beginning. So, but you can see this is how like the tanks for group is they just take much less damage.
I dodge a lot of the hits, and the hits I do take, I take half.
Yeah, it's pretty good combo, I tell you. All right, Call, it's your turn. Are you gonna be able to bring down the beast?
I get to hit, bite.
Okay,
Hasted
there's only
bird.
one left.
Swift
So you
bird.
just bound them all into this guy.
With advantage from ribbons.
Yeah.
2 plus 6 is 8. 14 plus 6 is 20. It's a hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
8 plus 6 is 14. 2 plus 6 is 8.
That is gonna miss.
11 plus 6 is 17.
Okay,
17 plus 6 is 23.
that'll hit.
18 plus 6. 4 plus 6.
Okay, that'll hit as well. I think that's all of them. So you got 2 scythes and a bite.
3 scythes and a bite.
All right, 2 of your scythes hit, and then one
One
of the
missed.
scythes missed both of them. Yeah. So 2 scythes hit and a bite landed.
Excellent. Hasted bird.
Hasted bird.
1d12 plus 6 for each scythe.
Yep.
8 plus 6 is 14.
Mm-hmm.
11 plus 6 is 17.
So that's 31. Yep.
And then to bite, 1d8 plus 5. 7 plus 8 is 15.
So that's 46. Is that right? 46 damage total?
Correct.
Yeah, I think so. Alrighty. You are able to, honestly, your scythes kill it, and you bite it just for good measure there at the end, as you bring the scythe down hard twice just on top of it in quick succession as the haste takes over and just lets you move at uncanny speeds. You rend this giant monstrosity essentially in half. It's like a sickly splitting, as it's almost like cheese pulling against each other as it falls over, collapsing to the ground with a thud and squish.
I like to spit anything out that was in my mouth and be
Yeah. It's essentially a pale green and black ichor combined with
That was a
Just
mistake.
chunks of flesh and fat. Like it's
Okay,
just,
really? I make
really
one
gross.
comment about which part of a wood carving has been rubbed and like more, and you're like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you like this?" But then this whole scene.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're all fucked up in our own ways, right?
You get your turn, and he gets his turn.
I do mine. This is my revenge.
Oh no.
Oh no. The 4 undead giants are all slain. A very good job to each of you. Fantastic work. Getting refreshed on the rules of combat and the true strength of each of your. Fantastic job.
Wayfarers Ep.02, The Power Spike.
Yeah, I think one of these guys would have killed us in the early days.
Oh, yeah, most assuredly.
One of them
They're
would have killed the
big.
whole party, yeah.
These guys aren't medium, right? They're not
No,
medium
they're
creatures?
large. They're large
Damn
creatures.
I really
Oh,
want to
you wanted
animate
to
one.
resurrect one? Oh, sorry. Sorry, they are large. My apologies.
I wanted a
did not-
zombie.
I mean, zombies are already corpses.
Oh, I could animate part of one, right? One of that got chopped in half, maybe?
Have a little hand that follows us.
Could his reanimation just take a zombie and put it under his control? Because it is technically a walking corpse.
But he can only do it to medium-sized creatures, is the issue.
Right. But if they were like just a person, and it was a person zombie, and it was already a walking around shambling zombie, could he just
anything
cast
that's
a spell?
anything that's dead. Yeah, anything that's dead.
But
Oh,
she's
so I
asking
could
if it's
actually-
undead. If there's a walking ghoul, can you take control of it?
Not until it dies again.
Not until it's
Put it
rising,
that
yeah.
way.
He has to
gotta
be the
be-
one to
Can't
raise
just
it.
go, bam, I control you now.
A
You
corpse
have
or
to-
bones, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. You guys got it. You all stand in stunned silence. A portion of the forest burning from the inferno that Nigel created, and 4 zombies just strewn about, seeping and oozing different fluids into the already corrupted and disgusting earth.
Well, that was disgusting. Carl, how are you holding up, mate?
Call, you are literally covered in vitriol.
I have never smelt worse in my life. I question.
Are you in danger of death? Do you need ribbons to see to your wounds?
I will not die. I am stable, a little bit tired, and I would really like a bath.
Well, that sucks. 'cause-
There's like no water here at all, remember? So
Does this mean I'm gonna smell bad forever?
for the rest of time.
we're past the bathtub chapter of our adventures, I believe, Carl. So you're gonna have to just like dry off with some twigs or something. I don't know.
Shake it off really hard?
You could probably set them on fire. That might work.
No,
I would lose all my
it's beautiful
feathers.
plumage.
But you wouldn't smell bad.
I mean, will it stick on there forever? Because don't feathers have like natural oils and things on them, right? So I mean, eventually.
Yeah, well,
I mean, he certainly will not smell good until he takes another. Promise you that right now.
oh man.
And next, neither will you. I will also call because literally one of them exploded while you were right next to it.
Yeah, I even got a few chunks on me, and I was standing like 20 feet away. So
Wow.
You don't smell great. You know, it's not. It's just how it is. You almost can't even tell if it's you or it's just.
well, good job,
because I
ribbons.
don't think he has enough on him.
What's that?
I want to go over and hug Nigel because I don't think he has enough stuff on him.
No, no, no. Stay back.
I would
Come
like
on,
to
Nigel.
get up. I would like to get up and just like
Come-
try to shake
Goop,
my
tackle
feathers
her.
like a dog.
Tackle her.
Like when a dog
Goop.
tries to get water off of it.
Yeah. Some loose bits of entrails and small mounds of flesh just kind of shake off of you and onto the nearby trees. Helps a little bit.
Slightly less smelly now.
Yeah. Ribbons will come up to you though, and will kind of look you up and down, trying to see through the carnage and see what damage is done to you specifically. And he will ask, "Do you require any assistance?"
Yes, I'm heavily injured. I won't die, but I took a lot of damage from those things.
I see. And he will he'll kind of again he'll look you over and see like there are visible wounds on you, like bite marks and slashes that have torn your flesh. He will sort of rub his hands together and a small faint, almost pale white light will appear between them. And he'll sort of just start to almost trying to like almost like rubbing an ointment on. We'll start to try to close up some of the wounds, and wherever he passes his hands, he closes them up. He can heal you for 21 points of damage.
Whoa. Nice.
And he'll say, "I've expended much of my powers today. Unless I am to rest a bit longer, I will not be as efficient in the coming day." essentially saying if he doesn't regain his spell slots, he used up a lot of them to heal you guys.
I feel that. I'm not going to be able to set too many things on fire like that again as well, unless I get a rest in. Though I only need a short rest, even just in. What's a short rest? Like an hour or two?
Short rest is, I believe, 2 hours.
Yeah, I only need 2 hours, and I should be right.
Do we want to just travel for a little bit in the morning and then go to bed? Take a quick nap. Just get away from the smell, basically. As soon as it doesn't smell terrible, we could put down some mats and take a nap.
I mean, I'll still be able to fight. Goop still has a little bit of healing in him, and I doubt we'll come across. Well, we can hope we won't come across any more giant undead zombies before we get a chance to sleep tonight.
Yeah, Nigel, you didn't keep watch. Why don't you keep watch? We're gonna have a nap.
Sure, let's not do it here though. Let's definitely travel a bit and get started while it's still dark, and then, yeah, we can maybe take a siesta or just finish early, maybe 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
Okay, well, which one would you guys like to do? You guys want to walk 200 yards away and go to sleep for another 3 hours to regain Ribbon's spell slots? And Nigel, that will count for you, even if you're awake, so long as you're resting. A short rest, you don't have to sleep. You just have to.
Okay.
You just have to be not doing really anything.
Yeah, because our objective.
Our
objective is to
or would you
retrieve
like
supplies.
to go? Yeah, let me know. What would you like to do?
Your choice, Carl. Mendax.
Well, we're here to get supplies. So we're not on a specific time crunch unless they're going to eat through all the cheese in the time window of the nap. Which could happen.
I mean, right,
No,
we
it'll
really just need to
definitely-
get there before our supplies run out, and then hopefully use some of the supplies to get us on the way back. So I think a bit
Okay.
of a rest to, yeah, let's move off a little bit in the direction we're supposed to be going. I think get out of the stench as much as possible. Leave the area that has the actual visual indicators that a battle happened here, and then have a bit of a rest.
Sounds good. So yeah, you guys walk for maybe 10 minutes or so to get clear of the area. Take another rest again. Nigel, roll a d20 for me.
18.
18. Nothing happens in the time that you guys are resting. So you rest for 2 to 3 hours, somewhere in there. Ribbons is able to finish his full rest and regain his spell slots there. Nigel, you can go ahead and regain yours because of your wizard powers as well. And if you would like to change out any of your spells, technically a new day, so you are able to change over if you'd like.
So as
but
a 6 wizard, I can recover up to 3 levels. So I can do like 1 level 2 or a level.
okay.
Okay, so I can do one of my 3rd level spell slots I get back for a short rest with arcane recovery. There we go.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Sounds good. Fantastic. We'll say you guys rest, feel as recuperated as possible, especially after such an arduous round of combat. Call, if you would like to, you can use your... Are you back up to full HP, actually? What are you at?
I was at 53 of 71 after Ribbon's healing.
Does a short rest heal you?
I believe you get to use your hit dice to heal in a short rest. You guys haven't done it in so long. I'm actually... It's like it hasn't happened in a while.
Where is that stat for me?
Yeah, that's where I'm looking right now. I think you get hold on, let me find it. Yeah, you guys always like either continued combat until you rested, where you heal basically anyways, but
How much health is a bird nap worth?
I know, right? I think you do use your...
apparently up to the maximum number of hit dice.
Yeah.
And you add your constitution to each, and that's just how
Yeah.
much you heal.
But I'm trying to find where you... Let's see. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can recover up to your level amount of times. So when you do a short rest, yeah, okay. So until you do a long rest, you basically you can do 6d12 plus 3. But you don't have to do that all at once, but during a short rest. You can only do this when you rest for that 2 to 3 hours. And then when you long rest, you get those hit dice back. If that makes sense.
So that way you can't spam short rests in a dungeon or something.
Yeah.
So there's like
So
a
you
cap.
have
By the time you've used 2 or 3
Yes.
short rests, you're definitely going to have maxed out the healing. And it's like, no, you need a
Correct.
long rest or you can't use it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So basically, you can go ahead and spend up to 6d12. So how many you can do them like, okay, I'm not full yet, I'll do another one. Full yet, I'll do another one.
Okay, so I'll roll the first one, D12.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 53 HP.
Okay.
6
And what's your
So
constitution modifier?
plus
it's
4.
plus 3. Oh, plus 4. Okay, so you would get 10. So 10 from that one.
10, so up to 63. I'll do one more.
That's
Okay.
a buff bar in. Jeez.
8 plus 4.
Plus 4 is 12.
12.
Are you back to max now?
Yep. Over max.
Fantastic.
Feeling great.
Awesome.
So for my short rest then?
Yeah, you can do the same thing. So you take your hit dice, whatever you rolled to increase your health at like your level,
Okay, 6.
and then you add your constitution modifier. That's how you heal yourself.
Okay.
So you can do the same thing.
A 1 plus 2 is a 3.
That's a 3. But you can do it up to 6 times.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it twice.
You got
A
another
1?
one?
Plus a 2 is a 3. That's okay.
Okay,
That's 6
so-
points. I'm gonna stop with that one because now I'm only 2 down. So
Okay, that sounds good. And Nigel, I don't think you took damage, so you're probably fantastic.
Untouched.
Perfect.
He was mentally a
Um,
little bit challenged there with the terror.
He was feeling terror. Yeah, he was. He was. The thing is, I don't know where you track how many you've expended. Normally, that's a thing you can do. So I'm looking for like.
I think it
where
would
the
only
hit
matter
dice
if you're
are
like
located.
spamming short rests.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So actually, on your character sheet, here we go. You can actually click short rests at the top, and that will do it. And you can expend hit dice to do that. Fantastic! Look
Okay.
at that. There it is.
I'm just gonna mark mine.
Yeah. So just mark yours away. So call. How many did you spend? 2 or 3?
2.
Okay. So we'll just mark 2. Bam. You took a short rest. Fantastic.
Good nap.
Good nap. Okay, great. We'll go ahead. We will keep going for a little bit long. Just a touch. I know we're getting close. We're already over our normal time, but we'll get to this next little part and then we'll go ahead and end it there. So you guys, you feel rested, recovered. You're able to heal, get a little bit of a siesta, a little quick nap in there as well. So you're feeling rejuvenated. You pack up all of your bags, your bedrolls, and everything. Maybe finish off some of the leftover rations that you had last night. A little quick breakfast. And you set off once again in the direction towards the mountain where the supposed bandits are hiding out. Give me a d20 roll, Nigel.
12.
12. You guys travel for about another 4 hours, we'll say. So it's roughly just about noon. Well, yeah, if you guys took another 3-hour nap or so, yeah, it'd be roughly right around noon, earlier than that. But you've been traveling and you've been keeping a fairly steady pace. The forest, if you can really call it that, is once again kind of still getting thicker and thicker with like more trees. You see a little bit more foliage on a few of them now. None of them look really particularly vibrant or green. It's still very wilted and kind of pale colors, palettes, if you will. The ground is still very rough and uneven, but you can get the sense that this is definitely a less trodden area. This is terrain that almost nobody walks through. Mendex, you're in the front, correct? You're still scouting far ahead of the group? Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Why wasn't that one of my options to increase? 7 + 1 is 8. My highest yet today.
Okay. You don't really see anything.
Perceptive rogue.
Call and Nigel, give me perception roll. As you catch up the 50 feet to where she was located.
Scout of all time. A blind person is scouting for you.
I rolled a 4 + 5 is 9. Perceptive bird.
13. 13 + 2, 15 for me.
Okay, Nigel, you notice off in the distance, a little bit off of the beaten path, not exactly the direction you're going, you spot what looks like to be a man-made structure. You only get kind of a small glimpse. There's a lot of trees that are sort of impeding the path, but you see what looks like kind of an irregular angle in the forest, right? It's a little too perfect, a little too straight. And you kind of get a better look at it, and you go, yeah, that's something man-made. You're not quite sure exactly what it is.
It looks like there's some sort of structure over there. How far does it look roughly? Like a mile away?
We'll go like 300 yards.
Cool.
Would you guys like to go and investigate it? Or would you like to keep on your path?
Do you think they have a bath in there?
In this world where water is so rare, I mean, we could have a bath in brigand blood.
What about a bird bath?
It might be more hygienic than having chunks of zombie on you.
Bathing in the blood of thine enemies is a, well-cherished pastime for many people, many cultures.
It is a great exfoliant. It'll scrub away the muck and grime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mendax, do you want to continue ahead, but in that direction with the structure, which I'm sure you totally spotted already, but just waited to see if we noticed it?
Oh, that one. Yeah, for sure. I just thought you'd all seen it, so I didn't want to bring it up. Yeah, totally. I'll just head that way.
I was trying to clean myself. Not really paying attention to where we're going. We're going north. If there's something in the way, sure, we can go in.
All right, you all change your heading slightly and take a short diversion and stumble upon a small clearing and a lonely house in the middle of the forest. It's dark and its windows are black. You can't really see in, and you don't see anybody moving around. We'll just go ahead and end it there. Just wanted to get you guys to the house, and we'll see what happens next time.
Could be a haunted house. Could be a...
Could be a bed house.
It could be a bed and breakfast.
Why not? Could be.
I would much rather it be Beyond than Tom Bombadil. God damn.
There we go.
If someone makes me sit around a fireplace singing songs, let's just say some fireballs might accidentally go loose, okay?
Fantastic. Well, very good job today, guys. Dispatching those opponents. That was the test of exactly how much damage can you take and dish out in a round of combat. But I think that was pretty fair. So yeah, good job. Very well done. And we'll just have to wait until next time to see what happens with this house.
We toughened up and we learned more about how to play our characters.
We remembered the old things that we already knew about how to play our characters.
Wait, I'm tougher than this. I take half damage.
Everybody can use a refresher.
I could have taken half damage that whole time.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, absolutely great time, guys. Such a fun session with you all, and looking forward to the next one.
Tune in for episode 3 of Wayfarers, coming soon to a website near you, probably. Or YouTube.